Shut up.
Welcome back, Screamers, to another episode of Scream Kings. I'm Tamon Kane, and I'm here with my favorite Scream Kings. What's up, fellas?
What's up? How we doing?
Hello.
All right, here we are, kicking off Black History Month the way we know how, with a Black AF triple feature. Yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. So we're discussing a couple of Black as fuck horror movies. Excuse my French. And as you know, every time we come out and hang out, we have a drinking game. And tonight, when you hear Black Ass Trilogy, take a sip, okay?
Gotcha.
Okay.
I just heard it, so we're gonna start.
Yeah. Yikes. And that's Black Ass or Trilogy, okay?
Oh, I was about to say because
Okay. It might not be said as much because we don't have too many of those.
we don't have that many Black Ass trilogies.
We don't.
We may talk about some that deserve them.
I like that. I like that idea.
All right, so let's kick it off. What are we screaming about today, y'all? What is happening in horror that is making everybody just scream?
Well, did y'all check out the Annabelle teaser?
There's a new Annabelle.
Sorry,
teaser. I did not know.
Annabelle, Megan 2.0. They all
Don't
they all
do
look the same
that.
now.
Don't do
I'm sorry,
that.
y'all were like, what? I'm sorry, they all look the same. Megan 2.0.
Yeah.
Did you see the teaser for Megan 2.0?
Okay, yeah, I saw it.
What did we think about that?
I don't know. The plot point says, I mean, I guess I don't know how many people know what's going on, but she's like kind of going to be weaponized now, right?
Yeah,
So,
I guess they're gonna use her as like a good android toy doll going against an evil one.
right. Yeah.
So
don't
now
know.
we're cheering her on.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I always saw if they were going to do something with Megan, it would be more so in the vein of Chucky, but there's only so much you can do that, right? If the Chucky franchise has done a ton of other things. But I don't know. I guess it's a way to keep the franchise fresh and cute. And now, what if she's like a militarized doll? Now there's a chance that another opposing country or whatever might get that technology, and then we get a third movie. I don't know.
Well, I feel like that storyline should have been like a third movie or something.
Yeah,
like bringing a nemesis in, that should have been like a third movie or a fourth movie or something. I want to see Megan like do the killing. So that part I was like, okay. I mean, we'll see how it looks. But also, like at the end of that teaser, they showed her face. Why does she look so different to me? She looks so different.
puberty.
Maybe it wasn't her.
Yeah, puberty, right? She grew up. But it was given Curse of Chucky, like the CGI face.
Yeah.
Right when she spoke and she was like, haha, remember me or miss me? With the whole movement of her face, it was given Curse of Chucky.
Yeah.
So immediately I was like, okay.
It's going to be discovered they used AI for the new model, for the Megan 2.0 model.
I guess.
Hey, Dre, thanks for coming to hang out. And you are right. When they make Megan 3.0, it'll technically be a Black Ass trilogy.
That's true.
And they're going to cater to the kids too. So, you know, it's going to be all musical and TikTok.
I don't know if it's the same screenwriter, but the screenwriter who wrote it, I can't recall her name. She's a Black woman.
Cooper,
that is very true. Yeah.
So if she's writing this second one, and then if it does that well and she writes the third one, I think that counts as a Black Ass trilogy.
You are
all right.
I have it pulled up.
Jojo, where's your cup? Because
did y'all do it again?
Absolutely. This
if they're
movie
gonna
is
do a
about
nemesis,
Amelia, and Amelia is a new doll who is more pop and street, and she has like a blonde streak in her hair, and she's more punk rock, and she flips out, and Megan has to save. It's given Terminator 2. So there you go. That's the whole story, by the way. You're welcome.
Okay.
Spoilers.
She's cool.
I just feel like Chucky was going back and forth with Megan online, so it would make more sense to try to make them actually just be in a movie and fight, and people would go watch that.
We haven't had a versus movie since Freddy versus Jason, and what?
Yeah, we never will.
So cool. I think Megan needs more personality development for us to actually want to see her in a movie like that. She needs like maybe this movie, maybe of a trilogy.
She needs a couple films under her belt. Like I need some like iconic moments in Megan world.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
you stupid bitch, you filthy suck. She hasn't went off like that. So we need Megan to go in.
She may.
Might.
It'll be a cat fight.
Just come up with a whole bunch of just African American vernacular. Just like, oh yes, honey queen slay. I'm Megan.
No tea.
Watch it be like that too.
Oh my gosh.
Play the house down. Play the house down boots.
Oh
God. Michael, what are you screaming about?
So we just got the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer today. And I consider that to be horror. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
And it's starring Scarlett Johansson, the racially ambiguous Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Barry.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about the story. It's kind of reminding me of the game Dino Crisis 2 a little bit when it got more action-packed. But it's going to be dinosaurs, so I'm definitely going to watch it. And then on a more personal note, I'm a little further in the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm in the prison, which is really scary and hard. And so that's where I'm at. That's what I've been screaming about to myself.
Oh, nice. You're playing the trailer. Nice. Okay. Cool.
I haven't watched the trailer yet. I'm going to watch it, but I did hear that there's like some monster dinosaur in this, like hybrid mutated dinosaur. And I saw like a little clip of it, which looked pretty cool. So now I'm intrigued a little bit.
Look at King Car, finally a Jurassic Park movie that looks good again. Yeah, that last one was pretty trash. So
didn't see that one. That's why.
Where my issue was with it.
I think the last Jurassic World I saw was the second one. The one where Bryce Dallas Howard doesn't have the heels, where she has the bangs and the ponytail. That was the last one I saw.
Okay, that's the second one.
That's
the first one. She had the bangs and the ponytail in the long.
Yeah.
Oh, that's with the smiling Velociraptor looking one.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the one that Jesse's in it, right? Jesse's
yeah,
in it, isn't
what's his name?
Yeah.
What else? What other news we got?
Mike, you said you had a second one, right?
Oh no, I said I'm just furthering Silent Hill 2, the remake. That's all.
Let's see, mine, which I think all of us have heard by now, is the news of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. Several years ago, I would have been very disappointed to hear this, but I don't know. There was just something that just was something I needed to hear, especially knowing that Sarah Michelle Gellar is coming back. That the pilot's reportedly going to be directed by Chloe Zhao. I believe I'm pronouncing her name right. So that's it. Just sounds like that's something a lot more to look forward to. I actually was telling a friend of mine, I was like, like Buffy is coming back. This is a Black History moment, and he was like, How is this a Black History moment? I said, Buffyana Anita Summers was on UPN. This is a Black History moment.
Through this journey of discovery.
I heard the word black, by the way, so I caught that.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see where they're going to take the story. I know that apparently it's not going to focus on Buffy. It's going to focus on another Slayer, which is fine. We have opened the lore up to we can see other Slayers. And I'm curious to see, because I don't know how many of you who are fans of the comics, I'm curious to see if they're going to let the comics remain canon, or they're just going to remove seasons 8 through 12 and do something completely new and different and original. So
you want to know the answer?
No.
Do you know?
No, I want to find out. I want to find out.
How in the world?
That's my job, bitch.
If you could, no, Timon, if you could find a way so I can get in on that writer's room, that's what I would appreciate. That's what I would. Yeah.
Then we gonna have to fight together, friend.
Why fight together? We can just be in the room.
Fight together. Fight together.
Oh, okay. That was the bully.
I'm hoping that she's a watcher.
Ready to go. Sorry.
Ricky says, I hope that she's a watcher.
Yeah, because I mean, she doesn't have
you want another answer
on shows also, so I'm wondering if she's gonna die at some point in this. I mean, for real. But I'm excited. I've been waiting. The Slayer storyline adds for new Slayers to come in, so I've been waiting. Like, what the fuck is the problem? What's been going on, and why can't we get a new one? And low key, I blame the fans because y'all are we are spoiled, entitled brats, and we just want Buffy and nobody else. And I blame us that we haven't gotten another Slayer show.
Yeah,
or movie.
There are stories of Buffy. This One Girl in All the World book series. Kendra Blake, I think that's her name. She has she does in every generation, and this one is where Willow's daughter is called to be a Slayer, and she's a witch also. So now we get our first Slayer witch combo, and that feels like a comfortable way to start the franchise over again. But you have to think about Willow's spell empowered all potentials. So
Bobby, get out of these comments. Bobby, get out of these comments real quick.
Oh gosh. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. I don't know Bobby's here. Hey, Bobby. The events that took place in the finale of Buffy has a timeline, right? Because it's been 20 years, so no more girls have been born that would have been impacted by that spell, by what happened, right? So that makes you think, like, how many are left? What's going on? You need to think about the world where it was and how can we get back? How can we get back to that? But also fill in those gaps.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. The timeline of whether or not the girls who were born within that time frame would still count as Slayers. Like that spell impact future born Slayers. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think there's also a comic series too. I think it's a one shot, but it's like Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer too. Where I think she is the one and only Slayer left, and like
she's older, I think.
Yeah, she's like older. It's like a post-apocalyptic future, and like the way like how global warming's fucked things up, like the sun is like no longer present, so vampires just kind of run free throughout the world. That would be interesting to see too, but I feel like that would probably be more of a film than like a series.
The reason why I respect this idea is because Buffy being a watcher is because it feels like, what else should she be doing at this moment? Because she can't be doing these stunts. I'm talking about Sarah Michelle Gellar. She can't be out here doing all these stunts besides doing like training, cute little things, maybe getting into a little tussle every now and then. But who knows? How can we expect?
So hear me out. And this is no shade to Sarah, no shade to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. True fans of the series know that Sarah did her stunts, but very minimally. She got to have a good fight scene in, and Sarah would come in with a nice hair flip, like she just did the punch. We can still get away with that. Sarah can still.
She don't want to. She does not want.
She can do one little nice roundhouse kick, a punch, 1-2 here and there, and then a nice hair flip for the stunt double to cover up. You never know.
No, she needs to be sparring like Giles were doing. And we need you training, sparring. Okay? It's yes.
I am happy to
the movie's great, Car.
What'd you say?
I said the movie's great. He was talking about the movie.
Oh.
Tamon, what you screaming about?
Oh, you didn't watch the show, Car? Oh, what am I screaming about? I am screaming about all of the wonderful Scream news that's been coming out for the Scream 7. I'm super excited about this new cast that we have.
Oh my God.
Here's the cast of our current movie. Some people have yeah, so here is the cast, minus maybe 2 people. Okay. But here is the cast. This is not a spoiler.
JoJo's like, stop it. No.
You got to cover your eyes too, then, Jojo. What are you talking about? But no,
I'm just
18
I'm
people?
looking because it's just so unflavored. I need a little more.
18 people, and you say
Yeah.
there's 2 more in here, so 20 people.
That's a lot of people.
it's not
some
even.
of
We're not
these-
done yet either.
Oh, we're definitely not done because I don't. Never mind. You know what? Nothing.
Okay, so I will say this. So we have the Queen, Nev Campbell, who's returning back to us after she was not pleased with her financial offer in Scream 6, and she turned down her role. And she is returning back to headline this installment of the franchise, which a lot of fans are excited to see her back as lead. Not all, but a lot. Next, we have Queen Courtney Cox, who hasn't missed a film, and she is back for the seventh installment to be the queen that she is. Wish her luck. And then we have
Everybody
Joel
else.
McHale. He is playing Mark Evans, Sidney Prescott's husband. Mark, not Kincaid Evans, as people like to call him. He is the husband. To me, it looks like a funeral that we're waiting to see. Next, we have Mason Gooden returning as Chad Meeks Martin, the hottie. And then we have Jasmine Savoy Brown coming back as Mindy Meeks Martin. We have Isabel May. I've never seen anything she's been in. I know that she's in a TV show, and that TV show is set in the past. So, yeah. So we'll see what she brings to it. She is allegedly playing Sydney's daughter. Allegedly playing her. I mean, you guys, if I say one thing, you guys freak out. So I'm just trying to tiptoe around to make sure everybody feels great. Okay.
I mean,
is this Lindsay Lohan at the bottom? Who is this?
It's not. I don't even know who that is. That's why I don't know who that is. And I shouldn't even.
And who was that next to her? He cute.
I didn't even realize that. I was like, wait a minute, who are these folks down here? Who's this Jessica and Brandon?
We're not there yet. Isabel May plays Tatum, Sydney's oldest daughter. Then we have next this guy here. Oh, next we have what is his name? I don't know his name. Sam Reichner, maybe. I don't know what character he's playing. It's alleged that he is playing a hottie next door with Richard Dahmer vibes. Next, we have Celeste O'Connor. Celeste O'Connor is allegedly playing
Token.
Next, I can't remember her name, but
she's playing a friend.
She's playing a friend. Allegedly. She's just in the script side, she's listed as the Heartbreaker.
Got it.
Next we have McKenna Grace, who really blew me away because I've only seen her in Ghostbusters, and I didn't know she was a baddie until I saw her TikTok, and she did this little video where she was talking about. I think we played it last week. I'm not sure, but McKenna Grace.
Her more than just Ghostbusters.
That's all I've seen her in. So
really, she was in Annabelle Comes Home.
Oh, she was. But I didn't know she was her. Okay, she was just another little girl.
I thought her and Kiernan Shipka were the same person. And I think
that's what it looks like.
She played
great,
a young version of Sabrina in the Sabrina series too. Yeah,
that was perfect.
She's actually a little scream queen. She was in Ghostbusters, both of them. The Bad Seed, Annabelle Comes Home.
Yep.
The Bad Seed Returns.
Young Caroline.
Oh, she was Young Caroline. She sure was.
She does Caroline, yeah.
No, she played Young Caroline in the episodes where they flash back to when her mom was sick. She did play Caroline as a little girl.
Run it, McKenna Grace. Run it.
And Captain Marvel. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
McKenna is and Malignant, obviously, and Once Upon a Time.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
She is a Malignant, yeah.
She is a little Scream queen. Well, welcome to the Scream family.
I don't know who this girl is.
McKenna Grace.
She's in a lot of stuff.
She's in a lot of stuff. She is listed as I don't know which one is the fake. Okay, she's listed as the Queen Bee.
Okay.
And then next to her is Asa. He is from Gen V. He looks like a killer. I don't know.
You're the killer.
But he plays Tatum's boyfriend. Next, we have Anna Camp, the Anna Camp. She is allegedly playing Sydney's bestie, Jessica. And
now, does it look like Sydney would hang out with this?
I think so. She's probably going to be like Tatum and Halle put together. Maybe not. Ew, that doesn't sound good. But her name is Jessica, I think, and this is Mark Consuelos. We know him from Riverdale.
Fine shit.
Yeah.
Yes. Been fine and stayed fine. We know him from Riverdale, and he is allegedly playing a news reporter named Robbie something.
He ain't gonna make it though, but it's good to have his face in the thing.
His character is described as Debbie Saltz meets Jennifer Jolie.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Just process all that, process the scenes, process the energy, and then move forward. That's all I can say. And then we have our oldies but goodies, our killers. Roman Bridger is back. Stu Macher is back. And I don't know anyone else besides the last two. The only one that was released was this guy at the end. And we know him. He's a 90s normal guy that we've seen for years. His name is
Ethan Embry.
Thank you, Embry. Yeah. So
he did that shit. Regardless of what's happening in that movie, he did it.
It's him. Yeah, exactly.
He always plays crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to know what role he has.
Yeah, me too.
And how he's going to be used. Is there anyone on the cast that we're actually sort of excited about, objectively excited about?
I do like seeing him because he does remind me of that 90s flavor. I wish they would have maybe included some more 90s signature people, but because when I see him at the end, I think of Disturbing Behavior. So that's kind of like nostalgia for him. He was the brother in Disturbing Behavior, the one that was just only showing up in like camera footage because he had like unalived himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I thought Anna Camp's character would have been cool to have a classic 90s girl in this role. From my understanding, Judy Greer had to drop out of it. This is the role she dropped out of, and Kerry Russell. Kerry Russell would have worked because she's 90s royalty. So
Judy would have been funny because of Rose McGowan.
She would have been great for that, and for what I understand this role is, she would eat with that. What this is going to be.
Yeah.
Anna Camp is playing Anna Camp. Is given president of the PTA. It'd be funny if this is her daughter. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's not, but it just makes sense to me. But anywho, so this is the cast of Scream 7, and this is what I'm screaming about. I can't wait to hear more. Mason Gooding did a cool interview recently. He said a lot of cool things. No spoilers because he's really good, and his team is good, prepping him for interviews. But he did say that this movie, and they say this every year, but this movie will be one of the most gruesome and bloody and grotesque sequels that we've ever had. And he did say that there was a prosthetic that almost made him gag when he saw it. So interesting enough. Oh, he also said
that can be interpreted in many ways.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Has any scene newer, more modern been more gruesome than Olivia's death scene?
No.
It
was close because of for me how it was in broad daylight. But as far as like gruesomeness and bloodiness,
because that was nasty.
Yeah, he ate Olivia alive.
Yeah.
That was almost worse
Casey Becker. So
that was damn near worse than Drew. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Anytime we see entrails or someone's good, I want to see what your insides look like. That's when it's like, oh, whoa.
That slits your eyelids open line.
So you can't blink when I cut you.
Yeah.
I'm still not over that.
Never.
That was
and I agree, Bobby. Anna Camp has been in Pitch Perfect. She has been in True Blood, and she does have a theme of characters that she can play very well. So I assume we will see that. It's like saying
Brittany Snow would have been nice.
Oh, Brittany Snow.
Is she old enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
She's like 30 something, right?
I mean, she still could have been a neighbor though.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you know.
Right.
I don't know if Sydney would be best friends with her though, but
I mean, because
it's given. What's that show that Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon,
Big Little Liars?
It's given that.
It'd be interesting if Sydney is just like befriending people who she thinks are good cannon fodder. Like, you can get it before me, so let's be besties.
That's her strategy, and I don't want to share that with you, but that's how you survive for 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a word.
Keep it cute, bitch. Okay, guys. So we also have a little, quiz like we like to do, but this time nobody got to take it before, and we're gonna do it together. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
Grazie. It's gonna come one of these days. But I think most of that picture is dead that I had up.
Yeah,
I think
I
most of
hope
it.
so.
Yeah.
Isn't that always the case?
Yeah.
I mean, we had 9 last time and 7 people lived. No, we had double that. Sorry. We had 11 and 7 lived. How many was in that picture?
How do you all feel with the fact that they've killed? I mean, that's what all these movies do, but they've killed so many like of the ghost faces off. Like, because I do feel like there could have been some potential in keeping some alive for like potential sequels, but I never knew how much they had the Scream movies planned out. That they always anticipate each movie.
See, every
being
time
the
I
last
suggest
one.
that to Timon, he like, no, you can't do that.
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry.
Every time I've suggested ever keeping a killer, you be like,
keeping a killer? What does that mean?
Like, I know just the potential to have someone stick around maybe for like another film or something.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a Scream tradition, always ended on a good note. We reveal the killer, and he walks away all happy and proud, and we have a happy ending.
I think that was the original plan, though, with Jill's storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I remember hearing something about Kevin Williamson had like a whole like college trilogy or something planned with her, and she did the role, and
yeah.
I don't know. Is that the bitch better have my money guy?
That is a pimp or something.
Oh, he is a pimp. He's from Low Down Dirty Shame.
That's what I know him from.
He's from I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah, he says that.
Oh,
bitch better have my money.
All right, so we're doing a quiz. So we're doing a quiz, and this quiz is called do you know in which horror movies these black actors died?
It says it's hard, so if we get them wrong.
Y'all, if I get close to the screens because I'm trying to read the
Mike, what is the penalty? I like where you were going. What's up?
I didn't say it was I'm saying if we get it wrong, we get some grace because it says it's hard at the top by the time.
Oh yeah, I stopped on the third question. I tried to go through it solo. I was like, this would be great together. So
I have no idea.
I'm going to go with
none of these films.
Yeah, I don't know either.
None of these films.
Angela Bassett was in Critters 4, so
I've never
seen Howling. I'm gonna say Howling.
Yeah, I was gonna say The Howling. The Freaks,
I was going to Ghoulies. Oh no, it's not the Ghoulies. The Howling.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Yes.
Does that mean okay?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Cool Runnings.
8-legged freaks. Wait a minute, is that an option?
We can't see
that. Is Cool Runnings, bro.
Wait, did he die? Wait, he didn't die in 8-legged freaks. So that's a twist.
It's not the people under the stairs,
and it's not Candyman,
and it's not 8-legged freaks.
That looks like him in 8-legged freaks actually. But,
is that what it is?
That's his character. Question. But I don't.
What's Dr. Giggles?
Dr. Giggles is a horror movie about a dentist with Holly Marie Combs.
Oh, I don't think he's in that.
No, he wouldn't be in that. He's too black for that one. Oh, take a drink.
I swear
it must be 8-legged.
I don't think he's doing it either.
I don't remember.
What?
Have faith in us. Have faith in us.
Somebody said Dr. Giggles?
I did.
Yes. We were just using nobody said that.
No, you said that he was too black for that one. That's what
he did. He sure did.
Shalon.
They trick you using a picture of him in 8-legged freaks.
Hey, Dion Cole.
Oh, what horror movie was he in?
Hatchet. Feast.
What? Not Feast.
Come down.
Come. Can't see.
High tension. It's not high tension.
Definitely wasn't high tension.
None of these films.
It's
not
high tension. Is a jewel.
The evil one sound like.
Write them down that you haven't seen. Write them down.
The evil one sound like a Tubi movie. It must be that one.
Shalon, write the ones you haven't seen down.
All right.
I bet you it's the last one.
We need the vote. We need majority.
I don't know if he was in Hatchet.
What is? Oh, I don't know what Feast is.
Hatchet and Feast are the same movie.
No,
They're
are
not really, but they're the same.
I think it's the evil one.
All right, John. Okay, if it's wrong, Blaze, you drinking.
Oh, I got his tea.
We'll fix it.
I'm thinking Hatchet, but it's not Hatchet. You don't think?
I don't remember.
I don't think he was in that.
Right? Oh, he got it right.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
The evil one.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Okay. Oh,
Like,
goodness.
man.
I already know where
Jumanji?
this is going. Wait, I know where this is going. Tales from the Hood. Go ahead and check it. Tales from the Hood. Check.
He's in that?
Yes, he is. He's the monster.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, remember the guy when he was doing the drawings, the little boy? Mike Epps. Oh, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yeah. Oh, but which one?
No,
but hold on.
Wait.
This might be a trick
Extinction.
question. Wasn't there
Extinction.
one where they all died and then they respawned in the next one? Didn't
That's
they
one of
keep
the
doing
later
that?
ones.
I
don't think he was one of them. Bro.
No, he died.
He died in a wait.
Dang.
I think it's Extinction.
He died before Ashanti.
Extinction. Let's do Extinction.
He was in the desert. I know that.
Mike
He was in
and
the
JoJo,
desert.
if it's wrong.
Isn't
was in the
Extinction the
desert.
desert?
And you remember
gotta
he
be-
screamed when Ashanti died. He's screaming Ashanti
Right.
died, so it gotta
See?
be that one.
See?
Okay, which one's
Somebody
the
said it's
desert
Apocalypse.
Bobby said Apocalypse.
though? I was thinking Extinction.
I think it is. I think Extinction is the third
Extinction.
one. I think.
Okay, Extinction.
Apocalypse don't sound deserty.
Right.
Apocalypse
I was
the
thinking the
second
same
one.
thing.
Yeah, Apocalypse
Damn.
was the second one. Yeah.
I was thinking that too when you said that.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon.
Texas
Day of
Chainsaw
the Dead. Wait, he didn't die in that. Wait.
Oh,
did
it's
he?
already clicked. It's
Oh,
already
he
clicked.
did.
Dang.
It must have been the last
He
one.
did
Gotta be the
die.
last
It's
one,
Dawn
'cause
of the
he definitely
Dead.
wasn't
It's
in those
Dawn of the
first.
Dead.
No,
He's
it's
not
Day of
in
the
the
Dead.
first
Dead.
three.
He wasn't in Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, it's Day of the Dead.
It's Day of
Yeah,
the
that
Dead.
was
Yeah,
with
it's that one. It's the
Mina
last one.
Suvari or whatever, with the
Yeah.
army people.
It's already
Yeah.
clicked.
Hey, we're not doing that bad.
No,
No, we're doing
No.
good, actually.
We only got like one wrong, right?
Yeah.
we passed.
We're not done, actually, so.
And that's the end.
We could be done. Actually, I didn't get to the end. I only did the first two.
Oh, that was not that bad.
No,
They
we
could have
did
actually made
that.
it harder.
We know our shit, in the words of Jada Pickett, okay?
We know our
So if we want to do another little Buffy reference,
Oh,
Ugh.
Oh, I was like, what?
Stop it. Stop it. I'll never forget them.
the gentleman.
Is that a Cordelia thing? It's like they look like some Cordelia would do.
No, the gentleman from season 4, the ones that
Oh,
stole their
okay.
voices.
I haven't rewatched Buffy as an adult yet.
Oh,
you need to do
I've
it.
only
It's-
seen
it's
everything
an
once
And JoJo,
as
you
a-
need to start.
rewatching it as an adult is this 1-2 punch almost every other episode.
Just skip the first season and then go right into it.
Yeah, because
Oh.
that one season with the zoo, that shit threw me off. I was like, I rewatched that and I was like, what was that?
I feel
Y'all know
like,
what I'm talking about?
I
The
feel like you get
hyenas.
to enjoy the series more if you see where it starts. Season 1 and 2, I feel like you need that, but
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
just me.
I'd feel weird starting a show and not watching the first two.
Not me.
season.
Right? Yeah.
Take me to graduation, bitch, and then we can go.
I watched the reboot.
Buffy. That's when you're gonna join in. I'll get you the reboot.
You've never seen Buffy?
No,
What?
no, I was a Charmed boy. I watched Charmed.
That's
See, I
right.
watched
And
both.
see-
I was watching both.
No one introduced me to Buffy as a kid, so I didn't have like
See,
that.
I was
someone to
already
open that door.
Yeah, see, I was already Kristen Swan. Am I saying her name wrong?
Christy
Kristen?
Swanson.
Christy.
So like that
Kristen.
was kind of like the foundation for me. So I was in.
Oh, I love the movie, the '80s
Yeah.
movie. I did watch that. That one I know I have that. It's great, but the show no one really showed me,
That's
and I never
interesting.
watched it. And
Yeah, that's really
I know
interesting.
it looked interesting, and when I knew what it was about, but I knew there were so many seasons.
Yeah,
Like I'm never gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
I
never
was
gonna
in
watch
it.
that, but-
It'll
was in-
fly by. It'll fly.
I was
by.
in it from the beginning.
I mean, it's no Charmed, but it definitely was.
What's your- I prefer Buffy over Charmed.
So do
Actually, I
I.
can't even say that because it was Xena, then Buffy, then Charmed.
I wasn't a
That was
Xena
my
person.
order.
Love Xena and Buffy. Xena and Buffy were my two. Yep.
Da, 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 da,
That was
da,
too
da.
hetero for me. I was still watching.
Not Red Shoe Diaries. That's enough.
I did not say that.
Emmanuel. Trying to click the return button on the remote control.
No, I was watching Time of Your Life.
Uh-huh.
The hell is that?
Exactly.
Jennifer Love Hewitt spinoff to Party of Five.
That got canceled.
Oh. Back when she had a music career?
That also got
that
canceled.
was a little bit before that.
How do you deal with me?
Yeah, we weren't there yet. We
deal with you.
wasn't quite how do I deal yet.
Oh God.
She better sing a song for this next movie.
Yes.
And then Brandy at least could have a track. I mean, if she's
Yeah.
not
Go
going
ahead and give Brandy a
track.
She could be in the
I don't want
background.
Brandy in it though.
Y'all are
I can't wait till we talk about that
you
trip
did last summer.
this season. Oh,
Whoever did that was it was so shady.
I think it's time we take a little quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to jump into our first topic of the night, which is history of Black in horror. Take a sip, please. Where's my cup? Oh, there you go.
I'm about to go get mine.
Please.
My cup, my cup.
I was thinking about my. Hey, come on, Shalon, tell us what's going on now.
Okay, so y'all just watched the 2025 promo for my little production company, Skip Studios. We have a web series of mine that I created called The Abnormals. Thank you. Called The Abnormals, and I'm also finishing production for my first horror short film, Poltergeist Hall. And we thank you, Jojo. That was my intent. Yes.
It's the music.
We have a panel coming up this year, March 8th at BlurredCon. That stands for Black Nerd Convention. And it's held every year in Arlington, Virginia. And this is the first year it's going to be in March. It's usually in July, but it's going to be in March this year. And we have a panel, and I'll be premiering the horror episode of our season 2 episode called The Room in the House of the Evil Dead, that pulls from the Japanese horror film House, and of course the Tommy Wiseau film Room, and then of course The Evil Dead. And then we'll also be showing a little sneak peek of Poltergeist Hall. So yeah, that's all that we have coming y'all this year.
Exciting.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Okay, Shalon, we love that. Keep sending us more clips. You know, we supporting you. Sending all the love from Screen Geeks all the way to BlurredCon. Mike is going to be there allegedly this year again.
We'll see how the planes are. I might be there.
We'll see how the planes are.
No, for real, y'all link up. Yeah, we have each other's numbers, so let me know. I'm planning on having a great weekend that weekend, so let's link up.
That sounds fun and hot. All right, let's dive right in. All right, King Carr. Let's dive right into a little bit of info about Black horror. And you should take a sip.
Cool.
So there's a lot of information that I will be going over with you, so be prepared. In 1915, a film, The Birth of the Nation, which portrayed African Americans as sexual aggressive towards white women and the Ku Klux Klan as a righteous force. This is discussed for its emboldening of racist depiction of Black characters in later films. So why do we say that? It's important to understand how we are previously viewed in just normal films and not just horror films. So let's scoot on to, and that was 1915. Let's scoot to 1930s and 1950s. The minimal representation of Black people in horror films released between this time, with them often being relegated to roles such as servants or background characters, or perhaps implied in forms of lustful monsters like in King Kong. I don't really remember that. Do y'all remember that in King Kong, the Black people?
Yeah.
There was Black people. Were they the ones? Never mind.
They were the Islanders, and
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Like all like white people, I think, in blackface, I believe.
Yikes.
But yeah.
Yikes. Okay, well, let's go forward in time. And the thing will be that things are still the same. 1968, The Night of the Living Dead, black and white version, which is one of the first ones, the one that I actually saw first. Dwayne Jones, who played the protagonist, he was great. He actually swiped a white woman on film, and that was something that could not happen or did not happen as often. This movie came out again in the 60s, so it was right in the middle of the civil rights era. So it was super risky, I would think, to put a black man in the lead during that time. What do you guys think? Have you all seen that one, to be honest?
I loved him in that. He was so strong. Like, you didn't really get to see a lot of black men like that be that strong, and he wasn't timid, and it represented what the film was about. Because like, damn, this is possibly the end. You know what I mean? So like, why wouldn't I be my most aggressive, dominant self, you know? So I liked him taking that leadership role, and it felt, even though you see him, but it felt like it was so beyond just his ethnicity. You know what I mean? So it was really great to see that kind of character. And it was like immediate too. It wasn't like kind of they went into it like from the first time he stepped in frame, like he was that figure. So I really enjoyed watching that.
I think what's cool about his casting too, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong if you all have heard differently, but I think that was a race blind casting too. I think George A. Romero just happened to cast him for the film. He didn't plan on making like a big statement about him being a black man, but it showed that, you know, when you do these type of castings, it doesn't have to be a big thing that they're black or that has to be their main plot. It's the fact that they're characters in this world. They're trying to survive and they're trying to make their way through. They can be strong. They can be all this. It doesn't have to be that their main character trait is that they're black.
Right.
I really enjoyed that about his character because, like you said, the movie does that thing where it makes you think it's going to be about Barbara and her brother, but then the script totally flips once we get to that house and we meet him.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that when the world is falling apart, they still depend on a black man to save them. So that's what I took from this movie. That
I mean, isn't that what we always do, though?
Again, the theme for this is things are still the same. We're going to skip to the 1970s, to the blaxploitation era of Blackula and action. Shalon, you said that you saw Blackula, right?
I did. I watched Blackula 1 and Blackula 2 a couple of years ago as part of my like Halloween horror watches. I mean, obviously, it was very much dated for a blaxploitation film, as most of us, I'm sure, have seen blaxploitation films, but it still held up as far as the story. It's very much still in vein of like the typical like Dracula story. There's a vampire that comes back. He's looking for his long lost love, and you know, she looks similar to who he previously was in love with. But I think the twist comes in, if I remember correctly, they were formerly slaves, and he got changed into a vampire by Dracula, and his wife or whomever was a slave at the time is now reincarnated. And watching it, I couldn't help but think like this could be remade today, similar to how Man was made.
Sounds like it was. Is that not Vampire in Brooklyn?
I guess so. It might have been.
I don't think he was bit by Dracula.
No, not by Dracula, but he was bit by.
We don't know his origin, so
yeah. But you know, yeah, for this one, it was. I mean, it was campy. It was like, you know, all the things. But I think if it were taken with the approach, kind of like how the new Candyman was with Nia DaCosta, I think it could actually be like taken as like a serious form of like art within like the black subgenre of horror. Yeah, I remember being like, oh, this is pretty progressive for the time for this movie to be out. Yeah.
My question
they did
is,
Go ahead.
Who would you cast as Blackula if we were to reboot this or remake this today?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, because you got to think about things like, do you want him to have like the normal sort of like Anne Rice normal face eyes, or do you want to go more prosthetic? Like, because prosthetic makes me think maybe someone a little bit more seasoned. I just don't know who. No one, I don't know right now, gives me that much range.
What about Coleman Domingo?
Maybe is how you say the guy's name from Moonlight?
Which one?
The guy that's supposed to play Blade. I can see him doing it.
Oh, Dre.
Mahershala Ali.
Devontae Rhodes.
No,
Ali.
Yeah,
not trying to sexualize it. We just want it to be scary.
I was gonna say, you asking because some people just gonna pick who they find attractive and be like, that need to be my black.
I feel like that kind of takes a. I mean, well,
but
you know,
vampires are hot. What are we talking about? Vampires are hot.
Range.
Sometimes it can be distracting though.
Okay, what is the guy who Jada Pinkett used the grapefruit on in Girls Trip? He's also in Queen Sugar.
I can see
that Harlem this season.
Didn't he play a vampire in Doja Cat's video?
He did, but I mean, he's beautiful to look at, but he's not a good actor.
His range is it is sort of there.
I think it's the characters they give him though, because the characters seem kind of goofy sometimes. I don't know.
You know what he feels like to me? He feels like, you know how in the 90s they would always have like celebrity guest stars who were musical guests try to act and have storylines. That's what he feels like. It feels like he's supposed to be like a special guest star from something. And
you know who's kind of scary though and has odd facial features that might work?
Who?
Gary Dourdan.
Gary Dourdan. I have to look him up.
The dude from CSI.
I don't watch that. So
yeah.
Gary?
Oh, with the light eyes and he used to have dreads or something.
He's kind of scary looking.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
it's a little scary.
You see him?
Yeah,
he has range, and he's always been attractive.
Yeah,
he's kind of pretty.
Kofi, yeah, that's him.
And he's very subtle. So I can see that.
I think it's
the characters should be younger. They should look like they're in their fucking 20s.
No,
I don't know, because I'm thinking like a Nosferatu sort of, like maybe not that. I don't even know, because I don't even know how old that vampire was.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I have to, but I want to get slayed. So
I don't know. Yeah, I just thought that could be kind of interesting, and I like his voice tone too. I think that would work.
Yeah, no, I could see that, and I haven't seen him in anything recently either. That's actually a good call. I think it's the eyes, the piercing eyes, that will also kind of give vampire a lot too.
Yeah. That dude from New Jack City too, the one that plays a cop. I can see him
from the 90s.
Yeah, I think he played Malcolm X once too. I'm not sure what it was. I can see.
Well,
if we are talking in CW young person team on, it needs to be somebody older looking.
Vampire is not old. The fuck.
That you can be turned at whatever age.
You can be right.
You be young.
I don't want to hear y'all.
True.
Thank you. Thank you, JoJo.
Oh my bad. I was saying shoot 'em like they can be turned at any age.
They can, right? They can.
And isn't that the kind of the
with
being black?
Let's get Forrest Whitaker. He has the range. He has the skill.
He does,
and the ability.
Forrest Whitaker. I might want to see Forrest Whitaker's ass as
no vampire. You can't say that's
so you have to be somebody
and
else.
It's gaslighting and it's ridiculous, and I'm not going to stand for this.
I agree. I don't want to
Keith David. Give us Keith David.
Like he always
Wesley Snipes. He's already been one. Yikes.
Anyway,
well, Blackula will be fun, I assume, to be remade. And
I think they announced that in 2021 that there was a reboot plan, and because I googled it, and they had some people already co-writing, and they had somebody that was set to direct it, but then that was the last update I see from 2021. 2021 though, it's been a minute.
Aren't there some comedy elements in Blackula?
I mean, it's really campy, like, you know, it's blaxploitation, so it's like all very like off kilter, like
cool,
bad like graphics and stunts, but like I think it had the full intent to be like serious for what it was.
Okay,
but yeah, The second one, interestingly enough, the second one delves into magic. They do a little bit more with like New Orleans Creole voodoo with the second one. Again, like it's definitely world building. So that's another element too. And I notice now we're getting a lot more into the more I guess serious aspects of voodoo, because it's been like demonized so much and over like however long, but it's actually, you know, powerful and self-preservation and everything like that. So again, that'd be another opportunity to show another side of the culture while blending it with the supernatural and, you know,
absolutely
black horror.
And sadly enough, that's also another trope in blacks in horror. Take a sip. Such as films like Sugar Hill that was just brought up not too long ago. Sugar Hill, they had a guy that was doing voodoo as well, and versus what Shalon said, where it's actually thought out and appreciated, is actually just using as a spectacle and as a way for writers to figure out how to make something work, i.e. Child's Play, i.e. Sugar Hill with the voodoo guys. But that's okay. We're going to skip to the 80s and the 90s. And this is where we start talking about more tokenisms and where we get one of my favorite things, the magical Negro.
Love a magical Negro.
We literally just had
the way he said it.
We literally just had a movie last year with, I think last week somebody said this guy's he's in too many movies. But Magical Negroes of, what was that movie called?
Oh yeah, it was a long title.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Anybody
again?
see it? Magical Negro.
Are you talking about Justice Smith?
Society?
The Society of Magical
Negroes.
Yeah.
American Society of Magical Negroes.
Yeah.
That was whoever approved that need a butt beat.
I mean, has anyone watched that?
No,
yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Shalon, break it down.
It was one of those things where I saw what they were trying to do. The idea was there, the execution was not great. I mean, the movie had a lot to say about like how, you know, black and brown people do have to, you know, I guess sacrifice their own comfort to make other white people more comfortable in their own spaces. But there was actually an element of magic that literally made no sense to that point. And at the end, I felt like the message of it all was like very muddled. It's like, okay, so are you trying to tell us that we need to just be more like, do we need to be violent and aggressive in order to get our point across? Are you trying to say that like it was just a very muddled message that I couldn't figure out. It felt like
it would have been.
The trailer felt like that.
Yeah. And
I was not interested.
I don't know. Yeah.
Of course, see, exactly. Of course not. Two chops. I'm out of it. It's free to watch on streaming. So if you guys want to dive into that, feel right ahead. Feel free to go and do so. Okay. Go right ahead and do it. I can check it out. But what are some magical Negroes that we can think of in horror?
What in terms of what actually though?
Oh, good question. So when I think of magical Negro, I don't just think about someone with magical powers. I think about someone who is like advising, someone who is just that person who has all the answers or the go-to, like the oracle in nature.
Alfred Woodard
and everything.
When I was watching Demon Knight and saw a CCH Pounder, right? I think that was my first time seeing her in a role where she wasn't some magical wise black woman. Yeah, that was but Hallie from Scream 2.
She's a magical Negro. Oh,
she is.
How so?
So, like one of the tropes of the magical Negro is that they are there to support and be the therapist for the white character. And what does she say? I'm coming with her. I'm her therapist. Like,
what happened 2 minutes later?
Dead.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry. If you didn't know, Scream 2 that came out in 98.
Sorry.
She died. Sorry.
What's his name? Dick in The Shining, the one who got killed at the end.
Pissed me off.
Yeah.
He lived in the books, right?
I don't know.
The guy from Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Loretta Devine.
Are we talking about sacrificial Negroes or magical Negroes?
Loretta
Devine was an urban legend, or was she just a token?
I mean, to me, it's like if they left her there after she got shot. They just left her there. We're gonna get you help, but we gotta finish and do this scene because this is the real climax, and we won't need you no more.
Yeah, Kirby, stay
You
on the
know what I'm
ground.
saying? Like, right.
I think one of my worst offenders is Alfred Woodard in I think the Annabelle movie. That pissed me off.
I thought you were gonna say The Forgotten.
Me too.
No. When she gets snatched up.
Y'all, me and my best friend, we watched that movie in theaters, right? And we till this day, we still laugh about that.
It goes viral on Twitter like every day.
If you've never seen The Forgotten, go check it out. It's about gaslighting.
Just for that scene. Just for that scene.
It's about gaslighting. It's crazy.
It is, because she's like, where's my coffee? I can still taste it. You never had a coffee. Ma'am. Where? Yeah, she got done dirty in that one.
She was sad in that. That was sad.
Yeah. Does anybody know that lady's name that played the older black woman in Scary Stories That Tell in the Dark? Do y'all know who I'm talking about? She's kind of like a one of those like legendary black actresses that you see in like something a lot, but she only had like a scene in that one, but she had all the key information for how they were trying to figure out that person, that ghost that was writing all the stories. And that I just can't remember her name. I just can't remember her name.
Did you say Tangina?
I didn't say Tangina.
Lorraine Toussaint.
Is that her name?
Lorraine, I'm guessing Lorraine Toussaint. Her name was
that
Lulu.
Sounds like that would be right. Yeah.
That's her real name, is Lorraine Toussaint. But
yeah.
She was Lulu.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just guessing here.
No, that JoJo, that's right. Yeah, because she was in Orange Is the New Black too, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, her.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a magical Negro that nobody missed, and this magical Negro actually uses his powers to fight for Black freedom in Cabrini Green by killing all the white people that decides to show up there, even after it's been regentrified. He still makes a way to come back.
I have an issue. I have one issue.
Talk to me.
Let's hear it.
So why did he kill the black lady?
She was in the way.
See, Tima, you always making excuses.
Someone has to go.
That was not necessary.
At the end of the day, his whole story did start from being in love with a white woman too. So
exactly.
Like, you gotta kind of check the balance.
Caroline, and her name was Caroline, the shade of all names. You want to give him Caroline, her Caroline. All right.
Yeah.
Feel like Nia DaCosta did a good job at rectifying that though with the continuation, the 2019. Was it 2019, 2020?
2020
something.
Yeah, I think she did a good job rectifying that.
I think she perpetuated him as a magical Negro, but that's okay. He was a superhero that the hood needed at the time.
Okay.
We just didn't need the story.
Stop with the killing us then. I don't understand. I still don't understand that answer.
Stay out that bathroom, little boy.
We didn't need that scene with the girlfriend's dad unaliving himself. I didn't understand what that was for. Like, what was the point of that?
It's for context for what they were trying to do moving forward. If you've seen the original Candyman trilogies, you know in the second one it was about Candyman's descendant whose father went crazy from researching Candyman and unalived himself. So they're trying to give Tiana Parrish her own spinoff, and with Candyman getting a sequel soon, who knows?
Do we need another one?
It is getting a sequel?
It is.
Is it too late? Did they miss the mark?
I would like to see where she. I don't think Candyman has ever been scary, so I wasn't expecting it to be scary. So.
I thought
it
was scary. The original.
It was terrifying. As a child,
I wasn't scared of him.
You thought you were a child or an adult?
Yes, his voice,
freaked out.
everything.
Oh no,
none of it
scary as hell.
I think
was sexy to me.
I think what made it not scary is it was preventable. Just don't say his name. Keep his name out your mouth.
Y'all would have did
it anyways.
No, I wouldn't have done it. I
never looked at a parking garage the same again. Like it affected me as a kid.
Poltergeist 3 didn't make you scared of parking
lot. I wouldn't go to the bathroom.
I seen a black man with a hook.
How many times you gonna say her name? She hears you. She hears you. I promise she can hear you. You're the only one in the garage.
She was screaming her face off.
That's so.
Oh my gosh! You saw your little stepsister sunk into a hole and people pulling her down.
I mean, I'm gonna run up to her, but I'm not gonna scream her name like she can't hear me. Can you hear me? I'm Like, just run, go.
Can we talk about how the black man tried to help Sally and then got left and he running down the street? He probably died eventually.
Who's that?
Y'all know
Sally
that black
who?
man.
Who we talking
Y'all
about?
seen that black man that was in that pickup, that was in that semi truck at the end of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right?
I didn't know
We
he
don't
was
talk
black.
about Sally.
Y'all didn't notice that?
I'm sorry. I didn't know we shifted.
Switch
Yeah.
movies.
I wasn't ready for
Sorry,
the
my brain just went scattered.
I was like, Sally Hardesty? That girl is dead. She got picked up and thrown in the trash.
Yeah, remember when she jumped in that man's truck?
Too.
It was a black man with an afro.
I thought he was
What about the
white.
black man in Halloween? Is that H2O or 2018? He had the afro. He was in the bathroom stall. And Jake. Oh no, that's Rob Zombie.
That was
Rob
2007.
That's Rob Zombie.
Oh, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, that was
Zombie.
07.
That
He's
was
annoying.
Oh, I
really
love that.
that was
So
hilarious.
violent.
He was. You know, did y'all watch Keenan and Kel TV show? That was the dad
Yeah.
of Keenan and Kel. Every
Oh,
time
really?
I see him, I think of Keenan and Kel.
I didn't
Wait,
even
it was? Hold on, what?
It was.
The dad. He was the dad in Keenan and Kel. He was Keenan's
Who's
dad.
that?
Keenan's dad.
Oh, with the glasses and his eyes were always bugging out.
Yes, always mad
I
at
don't know
Kel.
why. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
That
I
was
love
him.
Keenan and Kel.
Just fun fact.
I don't
Oh,
remember that
here it
show.
goes. Boom, boom,
I love
Okay,
it.
another magical
Favorite
Negro. Let's
shows.
talk about Eve's Bayou.
Almost
Is that a
as
horror
auntie.
movie?
It's not so much horror, but we're talking about the tropes of blacks, right? And
Yeah.
this is since these characters are magical, literally magical Negroes. This is a great one, and this is a movie I always. The question is always asked: is it horror? It's not. It's a drama thriller. Maybe.
It is a Southern Gothic horror movie. You got visions. You got all this extra
got
shit going.
witches. You got
Curses.
witches.
Which it's not. I guess shot like a horror movie, but it has like
Which is-
horror.
it's
shit in
okay.
it.
I never thought about it like that.
It has all these fantastical elements that we like that are prominent in horror, but it's not really horror. But the things that are happening are horrific.
Right. What about Skeleton Key?
I would say that's the same.
Who's the black man? I mean, I guess the villain is a magical Negro and the best friend, but she died. No, she got away.
Yeah.
But the Skeleton Key is good. That's it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So let's bump up again the time. Not only did we get magical Negroes, we got Candyman, we got some other things that we'll talk about later. We got introduced to our first black final girl. Hey. We'll talk about her later on tonight. She may not be the first, but she's
not, because I damn sure
she's gonna be the first. But one of the more popular ones, because Phantasm, is that older than this movie?
It's a year older, I think.
Okay, so yes, we have a final girl that's black in Phantasm. But yes, Jada Pinkett, very notable for being a final girl in not Demon Knight, which we'll be talking about later on tonight. Let's jump to the girl with all the gifts. Now we're getting into films where blacks are in the forefront and they have real thought out characters, complex characters. Have y'all seen that one?
What's it called?
The Girl with All the Gifts.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, this is a really cool zombie story that you didn't think you wanted. It's about this black girl who has this disease in her, but she sort of can control it. And she has, of course, the cure and all the Resident Evil plot lines you can think of. But she is in this movie and she's black and she does a really good job. Her name is this her Gemma? No, she's white. No shade, but girl, she wasn't even third billing. This girl was fourth bill. I don't know how much she made for this. Her name is Sinia Nua. She was in The Serpent Queen, The Serpent Queen, Frankie, Casualty, The Fight, The Girl with All the Gifts.
She's from the UK.
Okay.
And then we come into more modern times again with Get the Fuck Out. Now, this is a movie I know everybody on the screen has seen at least twice.
Which movie?
Get Out?
Get Out.
Right.
I mean,
you're gonna do that to me
I'm
tonight?
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was looking like
In the sense of magical Negroes?
No more magical Negroes. Now we're moving into where blacks are more in the forefront. You should be taking a drink because I've said that word a few times. Where we are in the forefront and we have more complex and built out characters and roles. And Get Out is probably one of the first times that I can, like, in my adult life, I can recognize, like, okay, this is a black ass movie about a black ass situation that this black man got to get himself out of. And it feels really real, scarily so, but it feels really real to me.
But technically, it is about magical Negroes.
It is, yeah, it really is. I was about to say the same thing, yeah.
If that's the case, any movie we're in is about magical Negroes.
But this specifically is about them trying to take our magic.
Yeah, literally, our senses, our eyes, our calves for speed. Somebody wanted to be a faster runner, so he tried to get someone's calves or whatever, and then someone wanted eyes. What did they want for the main character?
I think it was his
eyes. It was his eyes. Oh, because he was a photographer.
Yeah. And there's so many hidden details about it. Like even him killing him with the buck. They used to call black the best black male slaves bucks.
Yeah, the fighters. Yeah, the strong ones.
So him killing him with it was symbolic.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Murder is never beautiful, but yes.
Depending on who you ask.
So yeah, that is our history on, and that brings us to now. And this is our history on, black, take a sip, in horror. And we're going to get ready for another commercial. We're going to come back for the next part of our show, which is talking about the first movie in our triple feature, which is Demon Knight. Oh God. He literally just ran to do that performance.
I did not know you was gonna do that.
It does look like you just
tell people what we just watched. Okay?
I'm so humiliated.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's from my album, and I'm re-releasing it with some new songs, because when you're an independent artist, you gotta always treat yourself like it's new, because it's always new when people don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I obviously, you guys know I love films, so I even treat all my music videos like films. And this project is going to be really released for Valentine's Day with 5 new songs. So I'm really excited, and thank you guys for being so supportive about it.
Absolutely.
It really didn't look like you just came back in frame from like performing.
It's funny, no, I didn't know that you were even showing that.
Beyonce, who? Come on. Is there a huge like intersectionality between music and horror? Is that special for you in any way, like the soundtracks or the sounds from any particular movies?
From horror movies? The first one that I think about that really locked me in was Queen of the Damned.
Okay.
I really appreciated rock music because of that film. And I got into like 9 Inch Nails, and Aaliyah was a really big 9 Inch Nails fan. So it really kind of influenced my ear. But I generally like the songs. Like they had really good, so oftentimes rock songs can be so chaotic that you kind of miss what's happening. But I just love the lyrical and the vocal context of the song. It really matched the film. Like, and I don't even think that the film is like that great. I think her scenes are great, and that's what makes the movie iconic.
1000%.
But like the songs make that film.
Yeah.
So yeah,
if
for sure.
you could put one of your songs or a future song that you would create into a particular horror franchise or movie, what would it be and why?
Probably anything that Kevin Williamson has touched.
Fire.
I feel like all of that. I love like when
the
you think about these
you
things,
read
even the scene leading up to Scream when they're having the party. Like I don't know who that band is, but I know that song. Like when I think about I Know What You Did Last Summer, I think about Hush. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I would like. I haven't really tapped into my rock bag yet, but like when I see those type of like imageries, that's exactly what I think about.
Okay.
We're missing good soundtracks. I forgot.
Where did that? What happened to that?
I don't know. I miss when there was a well-known like musician who would do a music video that tied in with the movie, and then the cast would be in the music video. They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore.
Step Up was really good at doing that. I used to love watching the Step Up movies. Every time I drop the soundtrack, there's a new song for the movie, and I'm gonna find the main people in the video. I used to love doing
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Didn't Scream 6 do that with
Demi? They tried it,
yeah.
with Demi.
I mean, all the old Scream movies did it.
Yeah, but Scream 6 had a music video. I don't know.
Oh, did they do a video?
Yeah, they did a video for Scream 6. It was cute.
I knew nothing about that.
It is missing. I agree, y'all.
For sure.
Bring back soundtracks and horror, please.
Yeah.
How do I deal with you? Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Y'all gonna leave her.
I don't even know the word.
I need another.
My sister used to sing the song right when they come off of the boat. I think
When
it's
they
called "Look at That Girl"
got on
or
the
something
island?
like that.
Was there a song on the island when they got onto the island?
As soon as they enter the island, yeah.
What was playing? I don't even remember.
It's called "Look at That Girl" or something like that.
There she goes. No, it's not that.
No, not that.
I love that song.
And Mekhi Phifer was throwing up, and he said, "People
Yeah,
just can't
that
sail."
song. That one. Yeah, yeah.
What was, I can't even think of what was right there.
Yeah,
I don't have it at
it's
all.
That one.
Yeah, I can't remember it.
There was something playing. I just can't think of it. But okay, I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, I missed that.
I miss when demon children used to chant and do jumping jacks and what are those things?
Jumping.
No, not jumping jacks.
They still do that. They just do all that on TikTok now.
White
They still do it.
dresses.
It's still on TikTok, not the song.
Yeah, this is on TikTok.
Same beat.
Yeah.
Oh, well, do they have on white dresses and counting down?
I wish we need another.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll get that again.
One day we'll get. They're taking pictures, so one day we'll get something soon.
I hope so. I really hope so. Before I die, we'll get another.
I'm pretty sure it'll come soon. I mean, if Buffy has a TV show,
I don't want a. I don't want a Freddy TV show. I want a Freddy movie.
Yeah, agreed.
That could be dope.
I mean, you know what? A TV show could be cool. But anyways, it's off topic. That could be cool, though. That could be cool.
Michael, will you lead us down the road of Demon Night?
All right, so boom. Okay, so JoJo, this is going to be a little spoilery, a little bit. I'm going to try to do an overview.
It's okay.
So, Demon Night is a movie. Well, it's a Tales from the Crypt movie, right? And so, what we have here is a man who is literally a demon knight. He is carrying a key with Jesus's blood, and he's being chased throughout history by demons to try to get this key.
Yes,
and they have to get all 7 keys, kind of like Dragon Ball Z a little bit. All 7 keys to like take over the world, basically, and bring back the darkness of the demons. And so, in this one night specifically, you have a bunch of ragtag, random people in this church that's been converted into a hotel. You have a dick. You got a girl. I think she's a call girl. You got Jada Pinkett. She's working there on probation. CC Pounder. She owns the hotel. And then you have Billy Zane. He is a sheriff / demon coming in to get the key. And I don't remember that other man's name, the Demon Knight. But all these people, yes.
And this
all these and another voice thing. He has a voice in this as well. All these people are in here, and it just happens to be the specific amount of people needed in order for the shit to take place. And so really, demons are let loose in the church. They try to get the key. People dying one by one. And will they survive? Will the demons get the key, or will they not? Really is how the movie goes.
And do they?
I guess so. They almost get it, but Jada Pinkett is the final girl, and she has the key, and she is escaping. But the demons are now after her, like they were after the dude in the beginning. Now, I tweeted this lady, we need a sequel, but she did not respond back. But hopefully at some point they decide to make a sequel to this movie, because I think it.
So is it like an underrated movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
I don't feel like I don't hear about it
outside of us.
Like okay, so maybe outside of people who watch movies from in the 90s, maybe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that she could come back, and even if she's not even the lead of it, like she's gonna be like the watcher from it.
Right. We got another Buffy.
Well, she has to pass the key on to somebody else.
Yeah, Willow Smith.
Tired.
So she's.
I was gonna let that go, but I said.
So there's 7 keys.
Yes.
We see the first one with the blood in it.
Yes.
When does key 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7 come?
They already got those, I believe.
He collected them hoes already.
Okay, so the collector already has them.
Yes, they already have the other one.
And he's trying to get this. That was him trying to get the last one.
Yeah, baby.
Got it. I'm thinking, well, that's the first one. I was like, damn, we was halfway through that movie. He was like, you still got to like find the rest of them.
I thought he was on the next part because he was like, I'm almost done.
Is it scary?
Okay, got it.
Is it scary for the 90s? No, at all. And for now,
it's a Tales from the Crypt. It's not scary. It's just entertaining. It's a fun watch.
Yeah, it was a little comedic, you know.
Yeah,
a little funny,
little campy moments. Yeah,
gotcha.
It was very. So I literally just watched it right before we started recording. It was so nostalgic for me because I really enjoyed Tales of the Crypt growing up. I watched that.
Me too.
So like watching that opening was cool, and then how it ends. I forgot, like they all end with him after he's told the story. It was nice. I felt like it was there were a lot of good callbacks in there, a lot of heavy on like the Evil Dead. It definitely felt like that could have been like a predecessor for the Evil Dead. Yeah, it had all the tropes that we have with the horror movie archetype characters. Yes.
Oh, I love that.
It looks
good. It still looks good.
It does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what other 90s movie this movie reminded me of when it comes to special effects and the monster looks and whatnot? Mortal Kombat Annihilation. For some reason, when I was watching this, because this was my first time watching this film, not even done yet. But from what I've seen, I got 30 minutes left. From what I've seen, it was given Annihilation the whole time. I don't know why. I don't even know how to describe it. Something about the
maybe it's around the same time.
It was like the special effects. Anytime the blood was being dripped, and we're creating like the whole force field stuff. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I don't know why. Or when like the demons were coming out terrorizing them, and you get a good shot of their faces. I was like, it's giving Baraka from Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
It reminds me of that fight scene at the end of Annihilation when he's releasing the demons. It does kind of look like the fight scene at the end with all of them fighting each other.
Yeah, that's the film that came to my mind when I was watching this. Like, this is like Annihilation.
Mortal Kombat.
And it wasn't a bad thing. It was, they used like good realistic what's the word? Like effects, and yeah, I liked it.
Cool. Yeah, those practical effects, you can't beat those. Like, it's
the practical effects,
really special about those. And also, shout out Mortal Kombat Annihilation. People like to shit on that movie. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a fun movie.
It is fun. I love it.
Like,
it's not great.
It's not great, but it's fun.
But it's fun.
It was a little chaotic.
Different characters in it.
It's Mortal Kombat. Okay. It has to be chaotic.
And they gave us Jax. And my God.
Oh
my God.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
That's not Jax, but that's Billy Zane and Jada Pinkett Smith.
I'll take Billy Zane too.
Yeah. Billy Zane in this movie,
yes, when he was like luring, what's her name?
Cordelia.
Like Cordelia. I was like Ophelia? Cordelia. When he was trying to sweet talk her and lure her in, it was sexy.
So I would have been possessed. That's what y'all saying.
Billy Zane has always been the villain from Titanic, and then the voice of John Rolfe in the Pocahontas sequel for me.
So I remember him in the movie where he was playing that superhero,
Phantom.
Yeah, I like that one too. I think that was the first movie I ever seen him in.
Me too.
I think he also guest starred on Charmed.
Oh, really?
On Charmed a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he played a demon who loved him some BB. Another one.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly. Yeah, he was just he was bad, but you wanted him.
Yeah.
Okay, fellas. So, Mike, I'm sorry. Were you done?
I was done.
Okay.
It was just a little brief overview.
Okay. Does anyone have what is the impact of this film? Remember, this came out in the 90s. So, what do you think this says for like blacks? Take a sip. I should have had a bigger cup. Jesus.
Wait, do we know what year?
95.
Oh wow!
Oh, right. So right around Annihilation then.
Yeah, Annihilation. I want to say it was like 97 or something.
Oh yeah, that's what the budget could allow for back then. So
yeah.
Well, we have black people with personalities. They're actually doing shit. They're taking initiative to do things. You have one who sacrificed herself, but she still took initiative. The other one is the final girl. And is the chosen one.
Yeah.
She is in every generation.
Well, and also just praise the studios for even approving it.
Yeah.
Because I think that also a trope that you won't ever see depicted in a film is the fact that they feel that almost like another trope is that we have too much common sense to be in these situations. And it's like I still want to see us in these stories though. You know what I mean? Because it's like almost the audience always represents that, oh, we would never do that. You know what I mean? When we're watching, white people in these scenarios. But it's just cool just to see us, face different types of different situations. Because then you have someone who's more on and I'm assuming in this film, like more on the just trying to get rid of whatever the, villain is. So instead of running from something, because I wouldn't say that's what's happening in this movie, but
I think we have to be thrust into the situation versus
right.
Although I will say this generation on TikTok, they do real dumb shit. So maybe they could start now doing these type of stories where you have other races of people doing dumb shit.
Bodies.
Horror.
Yeah.
I think the difference is black is such a large range, because I don't know if you could say that we wouldn't do this, because there are blacks who have such proximity to other races where they assume that they assimilate into those behaviors. So we're going to cap and trip dude, and then we're going to see this guy in a mask, and we're just going to, all those things can absolutely happen. Just like a black girl going to this predominantly white college with this white roommate who gets chopped the fuck up. Okay.
Correct. But then we can't get mad because those are the token characters. So either we are going to, we need a variety is really what it is. We need
for sure
different types of people.
Yeah, because I'm tired of one black person having to be our voice. And usually they do that well, because even the dude from the remake of Friday the 13th, I feel like he played black very well. You know what I mean? Even the way that they were trying to get at him, I'm not doing this. I think it was a scene where they wanted him to go out there.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what I'm saying? So I like that, but sometimes it's hard for one person to be that one representative and that voice for us. We need several of it.
That movie did a good job. It had an Asian guy, they had a black guy, and everybody else was white. And then the black guy the black guy was just
I like the way you just went by it, real.
It did. The black guy just wanted to jack off and mind his business. And the Asian guy,
in the living room.
In the living room too.
Do magazines, y'all. Come on,
right?
Catty cornered,
yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
And so, he was a token, but I like that you said that one black person represents us all. Sometimes, when this topic comes up, I always think about Tiana Parrish and Candyman, how she was walking in the end, the third act, and she looked in the basement. She was like, "Nope." And she kept walking. That's what we all would do, right? That's in this situation. That's what we're all doing. Even though she got kidnapped and drugged down there anyway,
right?
That's when you thrust it, like Michael said, make it believable. Yeah, I'm not gonna go check out that noise, but if you're running out here, I have no choice but to be involved. Right. Yeah. I think The Blackening did a great job of black relationships and translating that. I think Blaze, you talked about this. I was like, if they would have tilted into horror, that could have been groundbreaking, because they did the hard part by establishing realistic black people in realistic situations that we would be in. College friends, cabin trip, duh. And so that was a great opportunity to show a cool horror element but that didn't deliver for me in that aspect.
Oh, y'all weren't fans of The Blackening? Y'all like?
I'm just saying, when I think about horror, that had an opportunity to really be a black horror film.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
Scary black comedy more so.
Right. Yeah. I feel like The Blackening was. I mean, it was funny. It was definitely meant to be a horror comedy, but there were moments in it that were still scary. The fact that what they were going through could have been realistic. Was also a thing that was very jarring for that. But on the note of Demon Knight, what I like that it does is similar what it does with Night of the Living Dead, is that we're introduced to this white protagonist. And I went into this movie knowing that Jada Pinkett was going to survive, spoiler alert. But watching that, and not having known that, you couldn't have told me that she was going to make it out of this alive. They actually set up her character trope to be the one who was probably going to be the first to go because she was the quote unquote criminal because she was there on probation. And so I do like how the movie kind of like gives her that redemption also too by becoming like the next chosen one after going through all this horrific stuff. I think it was playing with a lot of I think different tropes with black characters in that movie that I think for 95 was very I hate to say ambitious, but it wasn't like they were doing that too much back then in the 90s for black characters. So
yeah.
Do we think that this movie could be released today and do well?
If anything, today more than any time. Yeah.
For a little bit.
I think diversity, unfortunately, is convenient now, so now people are willing to try things now, as opposed to then doing a black storyline in the 90s was like more of a, let's take a risk and see if this works. You know what I mean? So like, there's always got to be like a reason to add us in, like LL Cool J for Halloween, he was added in for the black audience. Like they've made documentaries and actually said that.
And they did just that, and that's fine.
Verbatim. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and they know which one of us to use.
Yes.
At the time, you know what I'm saying? Because at the time, I think when they were in rewrites, it was the dude that plays Rock. Remember the show Rock?
You're right. He was in the Soul originally show.
Right, and then LL Cool J, 90s LL Cool J, like he's that guy. You know what I mean?
Real bad.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing. But now more than ever, I think diversity is such a talked about thing. Is that they're trying to slide us in now in any kind of capacity, I
think they could. I think it's important to get the right writers and directors involved to have some sort of authenticity.
Right.
But again, we also need to have more of us in there because I think, to Langston's point, we're not a monolith. If you have more than one in the movie, it makes sense if one of them does some dumb shit versus you have one person and they're the ones doing dumb shit. People are going to get motivated. So you just need a variety of people, and I think Scream could learn from that. But
yeah.
There's diversity in Scream, haven't you?
There is now. There is now.
I was gonna say there is, but the problem is. And I speak to the minorities as a whole, and I know that we're specifically talking black, but even though we have Spanish leads, I want to feel their culture if you're going to use them.
But every person isn't the same, right? So everybody isn't going to have an accent. Or
it's not even just that.
That was just one thing I listed. Okay, that was just one thing.
This is very
everybody
down.
Yeah, the only thing Hispanic about them is that they're clearly face-wise Hispanic, and that's all they say.
Where's the mama? That's what I was waiting for. I just needed. Give me the confirmation. Give
me something.
What do you think they would act like if they grew up in a town like Woodsboro?
It's not about acting. I just want to see it.
It's not about
acting.
It's the same thing that we're talking about with black people. Like, we want to see us. We want to feel our culture. Like, we want to feel those things that we know that are like things that we just understand. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like our
in a town like Woodsboro, you may not have a black family having a cookout every other weekend. You may not.
Well, I'm not saying a cook. I'm not saying
that's just an example of what
I get what you're saying. So they grow up in a primarily white area.
Exactly.
Right.
So you assimilate. So you're not going to be up here doing braids in the kitchen and walking outside.
Let me give you perfect example.
Lord.
Scream 2. That was very black. That opening was very black. That was a very black conversation. It was very real to black mannerisms. I know Kevin probably wrote the base of that, but that was all Jada and Omar.
Can you reenact any of that moment?
Cut the fuck up. Like, that was black. You know what I'm saying? Kevin didn't write that. No way in hell he wrote that. That was some shit that Jada was like, let me remix this and add our flavor in it. You know what I'm saying?
I got my money. I want your money. That
period.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Kevin didn't write that.
Yeah. But I think he has the wisdom to allow her to do that because he knows he can't write that experience.
That's where you have to give him his credit because he allowed it. Yeah, for sure.
And Mike Epps wasn't written like a a white person writing a black boyfriend, he was
Right.
being a black boyfriend.
I'm gonna need you to get these names.
Because
right.
if we
It's
being
not Mike
real,
Epps.
Oh, Mekhi Phifer.
Holly kind of
excuse me.
loses it.
That's
a
not
little
my-
bit.
Omar Epps. Omar Epps.
What you say?
I said I went through all the list of black actors in the 90s. Lorenzo.
Because if we being real, Hallie kind of loses that a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, because Hallie could have been another.
That could have been anybody.
Anybody, yeah.
That's the beauty of those scripts, like CC Cooper.
Yeah.
Now she did turn black when your boy came on screen though.
Mm.
What's the camera guy's name?
Did you get that on film?
Yeah, that was black.
Take my bag.
Yeah.
That was black.
Hallie did give it.
Yeah.
So
just that though, she went right back after that.
But I mean, I understand what you're both saying, like Langston and Timon. I understand if you're going to utilize these characters, like you want to make sure that they feel lived in and they feel authentic to their culture.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, there is beauty in the fact that, you know, we can just exist in, I don't want to say placeholder characters, but like you have those instances like with Night of the Living Dead, where it's a colorblind casting. We can just exist as a character and it not just have to be pertaining to our race or culture, but it's good to still feel like those characters are real and authentic. And that's what happens when you're missing those voices in the writer's room. You have characters written like, again, I'm making the reference to it, well, I haven't referenced it this episode, but like Bonnie in the Vampire Diaries, you know, you have her being that sacrificial Negro who like is going to bat for all her white friends when they're not doing anything for her. But on the flip side of that, the nuance in that, if you do have a black girl who's been predominantly raised around other white folks, you know,
that's real
she
too.
is walking through Mystic Falls with the bad wig. She is doing all this shit with her
jumping in the pool when girl
you do have that. So there's but I think you have to also have people there who are sensitive to those things to make sure that, you know, when that character is being written that way, someone needs to be in the room. It's like, hold up, we have to look at the optics of this.
Yes.
Her doing this may not make sense or might not look right on screen. We might have to fix that a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's where it goes back to what Langston was saying about the wisdom to know when to like say, this is the script, this is the essence, do your thing.
Absolutely.
And you could tell when I commended the writers of Cross. Did y'all watch that? It's not horror, but it's action on Prime.
Yeah.
They really captured blackness in a really cool way to me. And it felt authentic. The line deliveries, what was on the page, how it was actually filmed, the things they decided to capture of the city that it was filmed in. Those are the moments in black cinema that I appreciate, where you can feel like this is written and produced by a team of black people, and not because of anything more than how they show those experiences and direct those experiences.
For sure.
And to that point,
Chad was raised in Woodsboro, and he wasn't raised anywhere else besides Woodsboro, and he acts like it.
Well, Chad gives me that.
He does, and Mindy,
Mindy.
Yeah.
I've had Chad and Mindy friends, so I know that.
Yeah, we all do. We all have those.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad thing. I'm saying there is a color.
You went where over the weekend with who? By yourself?
Yeah. She invited me to her family's picnic, and I went up there. Yes, Chris, that's what happened to you in Get Out. You're welcome. Next up is a movie that was I thought that this was going to be like campy and sort of late, but Bones in 2001 with Snoop Dogg as Jimmy Bones was actually a really fun movie. This movie came out again like in 2001, and it's pretty much a revenge horror plot. It's about Jimmy Bones. He is actually a magical Negro because he is the protector of this community. He doesn't want drugs. He doesn't want anything bad to happen in his community, even though he run them numbers and he run it like a gangster, which of course Snoop definitely would. And because of that, he is murdered, and we do a time jump 22 years later, where we pick up with our main characters, and that is
Khalil Kane, that cute one,
90s fine Khalil Kane,
Bianca Lawson.
Bianca Lawson, who
Okay,
is
I was
looks
trying to
exactly the
remember.
same.
Okay, I was trying to remember if she was in this.
She
Okay,
was, and she actually has the last scene in this movie.
She does.
okay.
She
I
does.
love. You can't go
Which-
wrong with Bianca for me.
Never. The Pam Grier is in this. So what happened to her? Oh no, so
Fine Pam Grier.
fine
Too.
Pam
Yeah.
Grier. Ben
The
fine.
whole cast really. I remember watching this and thinking, am I attracted to Snoop Dogg in this? What's going on?
It's the bundles, baby.
What? the very clear bundles, because there was a point where you could tell the difference between his tracks and his actual hair. Like in this picture right here, you can see.
It don't matter. It was
That's
laid.
hilarious.
It was laid. But so throughout the movie, you find out that people are trying to re-gentrify this area. That's Khalil Kane and his group. And Khalil Kane plays Patrick Pete, and they're trying to re-gentrify Jimmy Bones' old home. And Jimmy Bones was murdered in his home, and everybody around his home says that it's haunted. Across the street, we have a sniper who likes to protect people from going into this home. We open up with two white guys being murdered in the beginning of this movie.
That's what I remember.
Picking up drugs, and their car was stolen, and they run into this house. And they are brutally murdered by a dog, which is his avatar. And the dog name is Bones, because what happens, one of the characters finds the dog. I won't tell you much about her because it'll be shady, but I think is it Linda Boyd? Is that her? No, this character, she's a white girl, and she's just in this haunted ass house, and a dog is upstairs. She's like, take him home. We need pets. And so
the girl from
She's
Ginger
the sister.
Snaps,
She's the sister, right?
She's the sister. Yes, she's his sister.
Stepsister.
The stepsister, to be clear,
yeah.
stepsister. And she's like, I found us a dog, and we're gonna take it with us. And I named him Bones. And so
That's hilarious.
Yes, they take
I mean,
Bones
is
home.
that terrible? Taking a dog home?
Absolutely.
I mean,
We're not
really?
picking up no fucking animals in this fucking haunted ass.
It's not like she saw it kill somebody.
Doesn't matter. It's a
It's
big
a
ass
dog.
black animal. She should know better.
A black animal.
Y'all need to take a sip because I said black.
But no, this was so I will say I like Demon Knight better than this, but it was better than I thought it was gonna be. It feels a little campy to me while watching it. Great fashions.
Oh yes, look at him. Look new, clean as hell.
Yeah.
And funny enough,
Like if they had a bigger budget, it would have done better.
feels-
It was the blood for me. I just could. The blood was off. It was terrible.
I love the
blood
blood
every
like
time.
BT used to wear that thing out.
Oh,
Bones.
Yeah.
I remember
that.
being in the
Bones
video
and Baby
store,
Boy.
and this was up for rental, like back in the day. I remember seeing it on the shelves, and I never picked it up. I was like, "Oh, a horror movie," and it has Snoop Dogg in it, but I never watched. I never rented it.
Yeah, those eyes always freaked me out. And I really feel like if I watched this as a kid, because I know most of us probably watched it as children that we weren't supposed to. I feel like if I watched this movie as a child, I would have been freaked out. Like that was my first thought when I watched it. It would have stayed on my mind for like a week.
I think because it was Snoop, I didn't think about it like that. I don't find Snoop.
He wasn't even in it like that. He was in it towards the end, but prior to all of that, that dog was going in on people.
Yeah.
I think it is the imagery. I think would have freaked me. Like now, I'm like obviously as a grown adult and having seen some of the most disturbing things ever on film, in real life, or whatever. But as a kid, I think this movie has like a lot of jarring scenes and moments that like. At least for the movies back then, I wouldn't have thought that they would have done artistically, like with all the blood, with like the haunting scenes where he's possessing the dog, and then when you think about the fact that he's also Bianca Lawson's father, that scene where he's like in bed with her is really weird. So it's like it's layers to it that I feel like would have stuck with me as a kid if I had watched this.
Got you.
I want to know, why did he kill Pam Grier? Because she didn't even do nothing.
You should have tried harder.
I thought she sacrificed herself. I thought she threw herself in the flames.
Oh, well,
no,
her bad.
I think she figured like his blood is keeping him alive, and I got the shit on, so I need to just toss my ass in here with him, and then just.
I could have sworn she threw herself in. I was like, damn, why did she do that? I was like, oh, I guess she's really dying.
To save her daughter, yeah. Yeah.
Was Pam Grier the magical Negro, or was Bianca Lawson? Because Pam Grier had visions.
Bianca's ass kept showing up.
She didn't do anything.
Pam
She was just there. I feel like Bianca's character was just kind of there.
She was her character from Save the Last Dance. She popped in
there to be fine.
Good in leather.
Popped a little bit.
Watch me squash this shit.
Okay.
I was waiting. I was like, "There's a line. There's like that line. I forgot what it was. That's what it was.
That's how you check a bitch. Let me squash this shit. Yeah.
She was so bad.
And this one. It ain't over, bitch.
So the effects, like I was saying earlier, like the effects were not that great. It definitely could have used a bigger budget. But one good effect that I liked was the scene where the brother, what's his name, Bill. One thing, their names are Patrick and Bill, as the brothers. I thought that was funny. Bill, when he was in bed and he was listening to his music and just having like he had his eyes closed, and then all the people were coming out of the walls and they were in the black goo.
Yeah.
And all the hands were reaching, the shot of them reaching out to his face. I thought
that was actually good. Yeah.
I thought that was good. And I was like,
I think that's where they put all the budget into that scene. Yeah.
But I don't understand it contextually.
These are real people in the goo. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's like, man, if they just had a bigger budget, this could have been like really creepy. But what they did what they could, you know? But I like it.
Yeah, I like that scene too. That was really good.
And why were they sleeping in Bones' house?
Absolutely not. And when did y'all get this mattress and bed together?
Well, yeah, they went over there, and then Bianca and him are in the bed, and they're just sleeping and making out, whatever, and they just stay the night. Like, why did we stay the night here?
Nasty
passion.
Also, it also struck me that this is a very black movie, but I think it's safe to say almost every black character dies except the two white women who decide to stay home. Did y'all peep that?
Yes.
Like everyone died.
I was like, wait, where's the sister didn't die? I was like, oh wait, they stayed at home to be safe, and you never saw them again.
Never saw them again.
Insurance money.
Why introduce us this white stepsister? I thought she was gonna do something or at least die or something.
Right, because that's what's her name from Ginger Snaps. Yeah.
Yeah. What was her name? Catherine Isabel.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna do something because I was like, I know this actress. She's in several things, so she's gonna have some play in this. And she's gone later on. I was like, oh, she brought the dog home.
It's her fault.
Right.
They had a plot point. I didn't recognize this till I rewatched it. They had a plot point that's, I guess, common in horror. However, it is prevalent in Hellraiser, where you consume one body to resurrect the other. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of notes I wrote down.
Okay, talk to me.
I'm just throwing some stuff out. Let's see, what else did I say in here? I told y'all that. What y'all were saying about, again, with the effects, I said anytime they showed bones like on the wall or in a mirror, it looked very Pixar-y. I wrote that down. I just want to throw that in there. How did Bones or Jimmy Bones come back to life exactly? Because Maurice was getting mauled by the dog, and then his body just comes back, regenerates.
Yeah.
Is that how it...
He consumed his flesh and life force, and he passed that energy on to Bones, Jimmy.
See, that didn't translate in my mind when that was happening. I was like, we see the dog he's getting killed, and then Jimmy was coming back. I was like, what made him come back?
I just used a whole bunch of pretty words just now, so it made it make sense.
Yeah. I'm
but
like,
did it make sense?
It was given like Freddy 4 with the dog pissing and Freddy comes back or something. Just like,
which was iconic.
Very iconic.
This movie had a lot of POV shots, right? No,
from like the car and shit.
It was a lot of flash editing,
like when you know he's coming or something. No.
Oh yeah,
it's like zipping through, like yeah.
I remember that significantly.
Let's see. I know y'all said that y'all liked Khalil Kane as Patrick. I prefer the other brother, Merwin.
Oh, they both.
Either one can be fine. It doesn't matter to me.
Actually, all three of them.
I just needed to say the other one. The other one.
I mean,
sure. When I think of him, that actor, I think of 17 again with Tia and Tamara.
Yes.
Is
right?
that him?
When I saw him in 17 again, I was like,
yeah. I know his name. I can't remember it right now.
I'm looking it up. Merwin Mondesir.
Yeah.
I think he was in Noah's Ark too.
He was in Noah's Ark too. Yeah.
And he was in one of the Lost Boy movies.
He is so beautiful.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
He was just beautiful. Just want to throw that out there. What else did I say?
That kept me entertained the whole movie.
I didn't want him to die. He was actually my favorite character. He was my favorite character just because he was beautiful, really.
If this is rebooted, put Mason Gooding in it.
Oh my God, Tamon, please.
No, I'm not over it,
bro. We have to go stop Bones. God.
Tamon just thinks
I'm a DJ.
I did make a note about when Bones gets killed, when they're all stabbing him, taking turns. No, when they actually kill him, and then Pam Grier, I guess she says no and whatnot, and she's on the floor crying. How in the world did he just snatch her whole outfit off?
Baby,
she had Velcro on. I thought she had Velcro on, and he like snatched. I was like, the whole
outfit? And it was a wrap dress too, so I live for a full snatch up.
Everything was taken off. I was like, oh, it's like that. I was like, all right, Velcro or something.
Okay.
But
that's
I wrote that down. That was comical to me. That was pretty funny. Oh, and then when Patrick, the Khalil's character, when he was levitating and he was being possessed and he was like spinning around. I don't know if anybody can remember what scene exactly I'm talking about. Like there were spirits around him. He was being possessed. He was being tortured in the air and he was spinning around. It was giving very Scary Movie vibes. I thought it was kind of like a funny. The way it looked like a scene from Scary Movie. Like it looked like it was supposed to be funny. Yeah, editing was off. And then I also mentioned the finale with them being underground. Also felt like a Freddy Nightmare boiler room look. I like the aesthetic and the lighting. They used that purple lighting, and with the purple lighting and everything that it looked, it kind of gave me a boiler room vibes from Freddy. So I liked the look, the background of the finale. I just know if we just had a bigger budget, I feel like this would have popped off a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're in the era of reboots and remakes, so probably
maybe
we'll try to commission that at some point.
Maybe.
I'd rather him be an actual villain, though. I kind of rewatching this was like, he seems like the good guy, so I don't.
He's really, Candyman.
Other than the incest, yeah, good guy.
Revenge is revenge.
Yes, so. There's that.
Yeah. All right, Kings. I have to sign off, but I'm going to take us into a commercial, which is actually going to be the sizzle reel for season 2 of my web series, The Abnormals. So check us out, and hopefully I will see y'all at BlurCon this year, and of course the next episode.
Yes,
exactly. See you, Sean.
See you next week.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
See the town of Briarfell.
Nothing new, nothing special.
You're a witch. I'm a pixie. Our best friend's a werewolf.
It could get bad.
Stop fighting your instincts.
We need to end this.
I think it's pretty simple what you have to do.
Something happened.
Lie to me again and maybe you'll find out.
Pairing Dochi with that was amazing.
Yeah. The Abnormals.
I like that
final movie of our triple feature. How are we feeling about our triple feature of the night?
This is fun. I feel like I'm being educated.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. These are new films for me, so I'm enjoying them. Definitely Demon Knight's up here, and then Bones.
They're not the same. They're not the same.
It's not, but Demon Knight definitely over the other one.
We cannot talk about a black ass horror movie and not talk about this one. The next movie up in our triple feature is Tales from the Hood.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
Everybody's seen this one, right?
Love that movie.
So this one was actually scary to me as a kid.
Scary as fuck.
Yeah, especially some of the real stuff.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
and as a kid, I didn't pick it up. As a kid.
And that's
it wasn't until I
when
rewatched this last year that I understood like
the whole thing, right?
I understood it, right?
Right.
But I didn't understand it. And the theme of tonight is still
yeah
the same.
No reparations.
Yeah.
No reparations. We need all the
remember-
little dolls to come out and march in Washington and wear this shit out because we are sick of everybody.
And I never understood that as a kid. I never realized what was actually being said. The first, well, I guess you want to talk about it first and then we'll get into the mini stories.
Oh yeah, but this came out in 1995. It categorized it as a black horror comedy anthology film, which yes, it is anthology, but that wasn't a word that we used a lot back then, right? In terms of like media. So now that I'm saying it now, I was like, oh yeah, it definitely was that. This movie had tons of black stars in it. Paula J. Walker was in it, David Allen Greer was in it, Rosalind Cash, and of course, the creepy ass Clarence Williams III.
That's the only thing that scared me was him.
Welcome.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no. I was done. I was out of it. This is again an anthology, and honestly, now that I think about it, it sort of set the tone for like horror storytelling, multiple stories in one setting. It had several different stories, and we're going to tiptoe through them. The first one, Welcome to My Mortuary, the prologue of this movie. We get to meet our main characters. Chicago. Wait, is that Chicago from Poetic Justice? No, that's
wait.
No, Joe Torre. Yeah, it is. Joe Torre. Yeah. We have drug dealer Stack, Ball, Bulldog. Talking about
Torre, it's Junior from Players Club.
Hey,
isn't Hakeem from Moesha in one?
He is. He's in the last one, I think.
Yeah.
All the UPN stars,
right,
decided to join this project. And of course, in order to tell a black horror story, we have to include drug dealers. And so the first prologue, we meet our main characters, Stack, Ball, and Bulldog. They arrive at Sims' funeral home to purchase some drugs for Mr. Sims, the mortuary eccentric owner. Of course, he then starts to tell them different stories. First story, the rogue cop revelation. Do I need to go over this? Do we remember this one? This one was like for real, current times.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, rewatching it, definitely it hits harder just because of reality.
Right.
This one is very interesting, especially the fact that like he was a person in power still, and this is something that could happen to him. I didn't fully understand what was. I was like, he has like a bottle in his chest with chemicals or shit. I was like, is he some sort of zombie spirit or so? I didn't know what that was
happening.
But
it was creepy.
I still enjoyed it because give me a good revenge story and I will watch it.
They are framing this man. What is it? He's Martin Ezekiel Morehouse, a city councilman, a black rights civil activist, and we know what happens to them. So I think he got pulled over by the police, right? And they did all the things that we would assume would happen in this time period for someone so prominent in the community of color. And so they unalived him, and we skip 1 year later, and one of the police officers' name is Clarence Smith. He was black, right?
Yeah, there was a black one watching.
I want to mention things, but I just thought, oh, you're right. I did say that word.
I'm out, so.
Is that a trope or is that reality where we see the black officer with the white partner and is scared to do the right thing? Is that trope, truth?
Yeah, we've seen it in Barbarian.
I know what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Jerks.
Maybe a little bit of both.
But yeah,
I think it's
was gonna say both.
Yeah. And then we know how originally Get Out was supposed to end.
Tell us.
You know, he was supposed to get caught and be blamed for all of it. Originally. That's how they were going to end it.
That'd have been fucked up.
I know.
I'm glad they went this way instead.
I am too.
That's a ending maybe you don't get enough of. Or maybe you wouldn't think would happen because you would expect him to get caught or something bad happen at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good sequel, though, to see him
That's one of those. To me, Get Out's was a good one and done.
Facts.
For me. Yeah. You can really mess up his legacy by trying to do another one.
I can think of stories, because you have to remember, this family is not the only family that does this. And so I would assume there's others that's practicing this. So the world that Get Out is in has room for more stories. But I agree that it was so great, you shouldn't touch it or destroy it.
Yeah.
I think one of the saddest parts of that story was the music that they played when they were beating him, the cops. I don't know the name of the song, but if you just played it right now, I would tell you right now that's from Tales from the Hood. It was so sad, so sad. They perfectly, like, I guess, shot it with like the perfect song. I don't know. I don't even know what the name of that song. Do y'all know? Does anybody know what that is?
I don't know the name of the song either.
Can you hear it playing in anyone's heads at all right now? No.
They did that. They did that so often back then that I think they're all just kind of blending in my head. In Black movies, like when a significant character died, there's always like that song or something.
I'm only hearing the song from Set It Off in my head.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Something about the wind. The wind is something. The wind.
That one?
Not that song. The song that everybody was getting
shot.
When you start singing the Brandy song?
Yeah, I was
missing you.
No, there's a couple.
I mean, that is the next one. I think.
No, you're talking about the song when Queen Latifah gets shot down.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a moment like that. Like a song like that. It's just really sad.
Yeah.
For sure. Elevate that scene. That's what that song does when he's getting beat by the cops. To me, I was like sitting there like, this is
it's a lot.
A year later, the Black officer who has quit the force and is in a depression because he did not stand up, he decides he doesn't decide. He starts getting visions of Ezekiel telling him to bring them to me.
Ooh, Simon, that was good.
Thank you. I'm a professional now. But
that was really good.
Oh God, why this picture? No. So he brings the officers who unalive Ezekiel to his grave, and Ezekiel's ghost comes back and starts letting these people have it.
Don't one of them piss on the grave?
Huh?
Doesn't one of them start peeing on the grave or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
When they come back to the grave for his, I guess, the anniversary.
Yeah, I remember
that. They're gonna go pay their respects. And
they don't come to pay respects. He gathers them there because Ezekiel tells him to.
Yeah. But that was like the anniversary of, wasn't it like, I guess, the night that happened, and they pay respects by pissing on him.
I remember that. That's one of the things for some reason that stood right out to me because I haven't rewatched it, but like just thinking about my childhood, there are some significant scenes that stands out, and that was one of them.
Yeah, and he reaches up and grabs him and fucks him.
Yeah, that's what I remember the most. Actually,
sucks him into the ground again. Good effects for its time. Good effects.
Story number 2. We know how each of these stories end. They all die. Well, the people that are not of color. Story number. Damn. Oh, there we go. Story number 2. Welcome to my mortuary. We check back in with the Sims funeral home. Carl's burnt and mangled corpse is revealed to be inside one of the coffins. The gangsters. Oh God, this is. The gangsters close the casket, causing a doll to fall on a nearby shelf, leading us into our next story: the KKK comeuppance. Does anyone remember this story?
Yes.
Talk to me about it, Michael, please.
You have this Republican person who's being elected. I believe he's living in a plantation, if I'm remembering correctly. He has this light-skinned dude who is, I don't know what you would call him, almost like his publicist or something, or somebody who helps him with the speeches and shit. And so he's pretending that basically everybody's like, it's basically what's going on now, honestly. That's really what it feels like.
Woo!
And so he's popping all this shit, and then the light-skinned dude, he gets tripped by one of the dolls on the steps. And then the rest of the time, basically, it's this racist dude versus this doll going back and forth. It reminds me of like what is it called? Tales
Puppet
from the Dark.
Master.
No, well, what's her name? Karen Black with the zoomy doll and is chasing her throughout her apartment and shit. And,
Who?
Who's Karen Black?
Karen Black. It's a 3-part movie trilogy. Wait, Trilogy of Terror, something like that. Anyway, go watch it. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
What?
I know y'all have. I know y'all have seen this shit.
Bobby knows it.
I know y'all have seen it.
I haven't seen it.
And
who's fine?
Noah's Ark.
It. This was when we were talking about the boys in Bones.
The dude from Noah's Ark.
I agree. With whatever he said is fine. They fine.
Oh, okay. I thought it was somebody from.
So this is a doll. So it's a spirit of a slave in the doll attacking this man. The part that took me out was when, I love the way they did this because you see that just one doll is missing from the painting, and then when he comes back in, and you just see the rest of them are missing on the painting. Like that's really all they had to show.
That's crazy.
That's what took me out.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
I don't like little things.
I remember the woman in the wheelchair on the
rocking chair.
The woman in the rocking chair. The woman in the rocking chair. The woman in the rocking chair had all the dolls with her and around her, and I just remember the dolls disappearing. And when all them dolls was gone, I was done. I was like, "No, please!"
Wow.
And then she disappeared. Right? She disappeared too.
She appears there, and then they all just start eating him up again. Good effects too. It was just nasty. Good effects though.
Before we get to the third, what do you guys think about the order of the stories, and how did that do for you? Like setting the tone for what we're about to enjoy. I think they picked the strongest one for the end. Personally, what do you think?
Growing up.
The last one is the monster.
Cop, voodoo dolls. No. What about the boy and the monster in bed?
Yeah. That's the next one. We're going there next.
Okay.
Hardcore convert. Jerome, Crazy K. Wait.
No, we skipped
these are mixed up.
Yeah.
It starts off with
it's the cop, and then it's the little boy. I think.
Then it's the little boy.
Dolls,
then the dolls.
And then it's locked up.
Hakeem.
Oh, boys that get bruised.
That one.
Walter Johnson is a quiet and sensitive boy who transfers to a new school. One day, is this the guy from Soul Food?
Yes.
Oh, he's
Hakeem.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, this is actually probably my favorite one.
Mine. Take mine.
Oh,
Hakeem.
Jabari.
You talking about some Hakeem? Okay, Tony.
Come on, tropes. Yeah, this one was really good because I don't know if I was closer to his age or not. Not in 95, maybe, yeah. Closer to his age or not when this came out. But was he being molested by his stepfather?
I think he was just being abused.
He was getting beat.
Abused. Okay. I may have misread that. Mm-hmm. But I know he was getting bruises, and he was just talking about this monster. This one was really good because I don't know if it was really a monster, but from a child's perspective, that's how they viewed him. And they did a really good job at staying on that line for me throughout this entire story. Even the end, well, not so much the end because it was very clear what he was by the end. But did anyone else like this one? Or
I love this one.
Mm-hmm.
I love this one. In the beginning, it makes it look like there is a monster in his house coming through, because in the beginning of that story, anytime the monster did appear, it would show like his monster hand. So they didn't show the stepdad. I'm gonna call him. I feel like this was like a stepdad. Do you think? Yeah. I think this was a stepdad. So they didn't show him at all in the beginning, but eventually, as you start learning, it's obviously the stepfather. And then when it reveals it's the stepfather, then you can also see like when the dad busts in his room and he's got the drawing in his hand, but you can see his shadow, and you can see his shadow his silhouette is clearly a monster. It looks completely different than what he is. So I like how they did that, and obviously his voice changing, sounding like a monster, but still yelling at the son and then the mom later on. But yeah, no, I like how they did that. And the final battle, like the fight in the kitchen, Mom, dad, and the teacher. Everyone just going at it. Woo. Nasty.
He crumbled up that paper and was like, "This is enough."
He fucked Paula J. Parker up. Her face was like all beat. Her face looked all beat up.
I was like, yeah, didn't somebody get hit in the face with a like cast iron skewer?
I think she was going for him with that.
Oh, and he popped in. Okay,
but he was constantly like punching her and popping her in the face with shit, and like, damn, man. It was good. And David Allen Greer, like when I think of him, obviously I think of like In Living Color and just comedy. I feel like this was a different role for him. I've never seen him so serious and so scary. Like he intimidated me.
I feel like he's trained in acting. Like we know him for comedy, but I feel like he's been trained or some shit. Or
he definitely has range.
Race theater.
Yeah.
He definitely has range.
But remember, most comedic actors, they can do that.
They can go dark.
Jim Carrey, Robin Williams.
I guess I just don't see him do it enough.
They don't give him those. I mean, Boomerang was probably the most. I mean, still comedy, but this character was a little bit more serious. So I've ever really. I think that he would have done great with more opportunities like that. I think he's in something that's serious now, though, isn't it?
The Magical Negro Society.
He's got a TV show now.
Who?
David Allen.
Oh! He's in St. Dennis Medical.
Yeah,
it's the sitcom, the comedy show. It's actually good.
Yeah,
it's from the people that made Superstore. Fun fact again.
Oh, I love Superstore.
Yeah, he was a treat in this. Last story, that was the second one. So I skipped order. The next story is about Jerome Crazy K. Johns, is a hardened gangster and homicidal psychopath who has killed many people mercilessly. Wow. He is driving down the streets when he encounters a rival, Lil Deke, whom he pursues and guns down in retaliation. I just remember the end of this, honestly. I'm not going to hold you. Does anybody else remember this one?
Is this the one where the boy talks to him?
All the people that he's killed are like...
Yeah, but he killed a kid, right?
A deprivation tank. They put him in a deprivation tank in the end.
He killed a kid, right?
He killed tons of people.
That's what stands out to me the most about that part.
When he was on the chair and he was having visions and he was seeing all the people that he's personally
killed.
I
remember.
The very end was like a little girl talking to him.
Okay. That's what I remember. So I didn't know it was a girl. I thought it was a little boy. It was a girl?
I think it was a little girl.
Okay, I thought it was a boy. Okay. But I remember that.
So nobody else laughing at that lady running her mouth while he was, you did this to your brother. All that shit was having to die. You know? It was a serious moment.
You laughing?
This is why y'all can't have movies. This is why y'all can't do horror, because
that's something serious. Yo, I did not know until y'all just said it. I did not know that was Hakeem.
Yeah,
Moesha. Tretch.
I did not know that was
I think that was before Moesha too.
Yeah, because Moesha, what's he?
Moesha, I think it was the same year, but I think that came out.
This is 95. I think Moesha either same year or the next year or something like that.
Something like that.
Moesha was 96.
He has some range though, because I would think he would play that based off of Moesha. But
yeah, 95.
I think he.
There was something back there. I remember as a kid watching and thinking,
I think he died in a car accident.
Yeah, he passed.
Oh, Hakeem.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, he died in like 2000.
Yeah, it was a lot of actors on that show that passed kind of back to back to back.
He was driving alone when he was killed in a single car accident in Southern California.
You didn't know that?
I knew he died.
I'm sorry. Mine looks shocked right now. So
it's just like
they said that he was traveling at a high speed.
They always say that.
Towards the road off ramp. After running through a stop sign, the vehicle went through a chain link fence across the street and rolled down an embankment. And he was ejected from the vehicle into traffic. God. Into traffic where 5 cars struck him.
This is enough.
He was pronounced dead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He was survived by. He has 2 daughters and his mother.
I remember that too. Yeah.
Okay. The falling out of the going into traffic.
Oh, and then he said it again. Okay.
Sorry. Didn't know that part. But I didn't know that was Hakeem, the actor. I didn't know that was him in that finale until y'all just said it.
I think he played Tupac once too, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
I think so. Like a VH1 movie or something. I think it was the movie about Hammer.
Do we have any favorite kills or characters from this anthology?
The dolls. It's always the dolls for me.
Period.
I mean, those first 3 stories are what I always go back to. The cop story and the dolls probably be my favorite, but the boy and the monster thing was also up there. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite from those.
He's really good at crying and looking like pitiful.
Who, the little boy?
Mm-hmm.
He was good at that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his thing. He's like the Daniel Harris but black. He can just cry and scream.
Who, the soul food guy?
Exactly his name.
Y'all know that's what Big Mama would want.
I don't really have any. I enjoyed this. It scared me as a kid. I think that these stories can still be retold today, and it makes still fucking sense what's going on in the world, and which is
yeah.
It actually has a sequel.
Didn't know it,
and I've never seen it, and I'm probably not gonna watch it.
The third one is better than the second one.
Oh, there's a third one?
I feel like there's a third one. Ugh.
Is this a trilogy we need to explore?
If you like.
No.
That was a no.
They tried.
It was the biting of the lip.
It was in your personal time. You could absolutely explore all 3 of them.
It's like watching I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer to me. It's like, no.
What movie is that?
It's like watching I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, the third, I know. How you doing that? If you watch Tales From the Crypt too, that's what you're gonna do.
Oh, no. If it's anything like that, then absolutely not.
It's complete opposites. Nothing scary. It's not. Yeah, but go for it.
Okay, so we've had a bomb ass triple feature for tonight. What are some of our favorites of the 3 movies as we get ready to get our asses out of here?
Demon Knight.
The effects of Demon Knight, for sure. And then everything about Tales from the Hood. I think Tales from the Hood is still scary to this day. I would absolutely love a remake of this, but stick to what we had before, but make it today. Definitely Tales from the Hood is going to be my number 1. And I'm going to put number 2 for Demon Knight. And Bones can stay in 3rd place.
Okay. What is your ranking, Michael?
Demon Knight, Tales from the Hood, Bones. Even though Bones has the fine people in it, I'm still going to put that in last.
Okay. I'll give him that. That is a pro. Good casting.
Well, I still have to go back and rewatch all these movies, but I just don't know if Tales in the Hood right now, with the climate that we're in, is something they're going to approve.
In a perfect world,
I don't know if black people want to see that right now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I don't know when they will ever feel like it's an appropriate time, but like we got enough of it in the news right now. I just don't know if black people want to see that in a motion picture right now.
Well, what I have to say to that, y'all asses better go to the theater and watch all these other movies coming out that are not slave movies, not having us getting our ass beat. Y'all better go watch it because I don't.
Because y'all so sick of trauma.
I don't want to hear shit if y'all don't go watch these movies.
Exactly.
That's what what are some of them that you're speaking of though?
There's Woman in My Backyard, whatever the fuck it's called. There's
right.
Woman in My Yard, Woman in the Yard.
Good point. I forgot about that too.
Oh, is that good?
I haven't seen the trailer yet, but everybody's going.
I think the Blackening 2's coming too.
There is a Blackening 2.
Yeah.
Blackening 2.
Oh yeah, that should be spicy.
We got Scary Movie 6.
Yeah,
that's next year.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys check out The Reading if you have not seen that with Monique.
Girl,
about
she's really good in it.
Tamar gonna live by that movie.
Girl, fuck you and them kids.
Tamar is gonna promote that movie. Right. You hear me?
Yes. Support our black people. Support our black movies. Front Room. Go see Front Room.
I don't want
Deliverance on Netflix.
Look, I don't want to be down.
Go see Captain America later on.
Yes.
Go see Captain America.
Captain America comes out in a week. Go see that.
Yeah, we got a black Captain America. We got a Latino. I don't. What the hell is the other guy? Oh wait, he's Falcon now, right?
He's the Falcon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a new duo.
Go see Hard Eyes this weekend. Go see Captain America next weekend.
Is that this weekend?
Yes,
it is this weekend.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna go see that.
Same.
And you can actually catch us next week as a Black as Fuck Love as we cover Hard Eyes movie next week. Yeah, next week.
That sounds fun.
Like
whenever it comes out next week, that's when we'll watch it.
Oh, you don't know when your man's movie come out? Wow.
First of all, don't worry about what I know. I know he's in it. Now, if he lives or not, he's begging to be. Anyway, this has been super fun. I can't wait for us to do more things in Black History Month. Next week, we are covering Channing Tatum's movie, Heart Eyes. That's what
Channing Tatum.
No, Channing Tatum. Chad.
Go to bed.
Mason Gooding. Go to sleep. It's time for bed. Mason Gooding.
We're out of it. We're done.
Don't put us in it.
I was thinking,
I'm out of it. Go see Chad in Hard Eyes, and his plot armor will continue to protect him.
Contract. Mm-hmm.
You can find me here on Scream Kings, on Geeking Out, and of course, Tamon Kane everywhere. Make sure that you subscribe, share, turn on those notifications for all of our wonderful episodes that are coming up. We got a cool season 3 planned for you. I am here with the wonderful Langston, Johnny Blaze, to let them know where they can find you, reach you, if they want to beep you.
You can find me on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, anything else, Langston John Blaze on all social media platforms. Thank you guys for having me again. I feel like Marlo with, the guest Peach.
I live for you being the Marlo of the show. I live for that, actually.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real.
You just like Marlo. You declined your offer, and now you just want to come back whenever you feel like coming back.
I would never decline y'all.
All right, King Michael, let them know where to find you.
You can find me here sometimes during the week on Wednesdays. You can find me on People Under the Scares every Monday with Bobby, who is not here this evening. He's here in spirit in the comments. And that's it.
That's it. King Jojo, hi.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at I'm Jojo Cortez with an S, not a Z. And that's it. Had a good night with you guys.
A wonderful night
was fun.
Had. Welcome to our Black as Fuck Black History Month celebration, and we will see you again next week. And as usual, we will scream you later.